How are we doing? Welcome out to episode 16, everybody. Good to see ya.
Sweet 16.
What?
We can finally drive.
What? Yeah, if it was the equivalent to a year, for sure. Not over here, though, I don't think.
Get slammed, England.
Imagine playing a D&D campaign where you meet once a year.
Yeah, that'd be quite sweet.
No.
It's just 4 hours once a year. You have to
And then you
do
find out it goes on
everything.
to episode 1012, and 112, and you realize that everyone is ancient by the end.
Yeah.
Having that big bad evil guy. Hello, everybody. Good to see you.
Hello.
We are back for episode 16. It is going to be a pretty fun, wacky episode today, I'm sure. Before we get into any Dungeons and Dragons, does anyone have anything they want to shout out before we get started?
Gabe does.
Stares at Gabe.
Hi, I'm Gabe Hicks. If you go to my Twitter page at Gabe James Games, there's a link for a Kickstarter I have coming out. It's a Session Zero system, so basically it's an improv storytelling game so that you and your friends can create your characters and the DM can have information to pull off of literally by card prompts and improv and talking it through. You can do it in like half an hour and then have a full-blown connection to everyone's characters. I've been doing it for one-shots because people have so much backstory that I can't keep track of. Made my life way easier as a DM.
Mm-hmm.
So it launches in a couple weeks, and I'm very excited about it.
And it looks really pretty.
That sounds awesome. So you can find that on your Twitter, yeah?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Follow the Kickstarter page.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Thanks,
check out Gabe's stuff over on his Twitter. That sounds awesome, man. That sounds really fun. Well, is that the only one?
I mean, I don't have a Kickstarter.
Well, next week.
God damn.
You could.
You
Yeah.
could.
I made a cup of tea today.
I watched that Rings of Power. We did a little watch party stream for that. That was
Oh,
fun.
nice.
Nice.
That was so
A little
cool.
sponsored. It was fun.
That does sound good.
Freaking. Yeah.
I haven't
Are
seen
you
those
watching that,
episodes
Joe?
yet. I am watching it in general, yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm having a blast with that. I think it's great. It's really fun.
Good.
Good. Well, good then.
Yeah,
Glad.
I'm glad you've
Hell
had fun
yeah.
as well. I'm glad everyone's
Thanks,
enjoying themselves. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the recap, shall we? Who wants to read the recap?
I like this Mark energy.
It's gonna fade very quickly, so enjoy it while it's here.
Yeah. Who would like to do the recap?
I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
Do it. Do
It's
it.
just me and Gabe going back and forth.
I do it sometimes.
Sometimes. Recap. On our previous adventure, we battled against a series of bandits. Just a series of them. Deserters
kept
from
coming.
an army to the north. Before journeying onward to Svepir. On the road, we came across mushroom people known as Amanita. They had captured 3 berserkers, druidic creatures which feasted on the Amanita for their rage-inducing spores. Once in Svepir, we learned from the local innkeeper of the Dream, a collective spore-driven dreamlike state in which mortals may spend a month at a time inside of. We learned that a stranger had entered the dream and turned it into a nightmare. We made our way to the Great Hall to discuss the matter with spore creator Fidril.
And that's where we last left off, was you heading up the staircase in the Great Hall, having seen all the hundreds of some empty pods, but a lot of them filled with various humans and other mortal creatures sleeping and resting in the dream, being tended to by the spore keepers. And you're heading upwards, up the long staircase that winds up towards the spore creator.
Yes.
Actually, one question as well. You left your horse over at the inn, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd stabled it. I
Do
paid.
horses dream? Can it come with us?
Do horses dream
I mean-
of electric mushrooms?
Yeah, exactly.
Technically, you could, but you could do more than that once you get to the dream. But you are heading up the staircase. You see it kind of wraps around, looping around the building until it gets to the mushroom cap of the building. You can see the entrance to a large doorway that kind of splits off into a series of halls with different rooms. You see a couple of guards stood there, allowing you to pass through. All of these side rooms seem to be dorms for the spore keepers and resting points for them. or storage for wherever they might keep some supplies. But at the end of the hallway, you can see the open doorway with a couple of guards outside. These smaller manators, red-cap mushroom ones, with fungal armor and kind of long spears beside them, wait by the door. But the door's open, and you can see it's almost like a temple behind, less so than an office. You can see just a flattened ground with some vases and kind of plant life growing around the side of this room, but staircase that leads up to a seat where a pretty wide brown mushroom that kind of is in the shape of very much like a cup or like a goblet. It's kind of goblet shaped with two legs, and he's kind of leaning down, resting against his chair, elbows into it, kind of kneeling in front of the chair. The chair itself is woven out of wood, and you see him kind of leaning up from prayer, and he stands and turns to see your group slowly enter in. Oh, hello. Do you need help with something?
We're looking for Vitriol.
Ah, you found me, yes.
Oh, great. Hello.
Hello there.
These boys.
So, what could I do for you?
Well, I think I know the voice was killing me, man. I think it is more what we might be able to do for you. We've heard that there may be something is going on here, and there seems to be some trouble, perhaps.
Yes, we can assure you, though, that the dream will be back up to normal soon. So if you are looking to induce yourself in the dream's effects, we'll stay in the town for a little while whilst we sort it out. No bother.
So you've figured it out then, you've sorted it, you've taken care of the stranger, you're
Sure. Don't worry if you are looking to induce yourselves. It's perfectly under control.
Vitriol, I'm just going to say it. I think you probably need some help, and we're here to offer some help. It is okay. You can just tell us.
It is unorthodox to bring so many strangers from the outside world in, but we cannot allow you to help, I'm afraid. The last group that went in, we lost the majority of them to the dream. Like I said, if you are potential customers...
That's fine, they're just still in there.
Yes.
Well, we can go and get them out, and everybody else.
Well,
how about you tell us what happened? Maybe start at the beginning with the stranger.
Maybe we should step back even further. Who are you?
Oh, hello, I'm Lena.
That's a fair question, actually. Yes.
I just put my hand out.
This customer later, it kind of takes your hand. You see him kind of pretend to kiss the back of it. He doesn't actually have lips.
That's not okay.
Ah. Well. Are you some sort of person?
Names or what?
More so profession, if that is preferred, or you can say your names.
Did we came up with a name for that that fellow, the skull that we spoke to, didn't we? For a sort of our collective name, is that still something we're going by, or?
We're just starting out, so we haven't really settled on a name yet, but we came here to track someone down. They're in the dream. We're good at taking care of problems, so we can go in the dream, take care of the problem, and everyone is happy.
Ah, good.
Problem solvers. I like that. That's a good way. If you're looking for an occupation, perhaps, problem solver.
Problem solvers. All right. Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind a problem solve because we are not in a good situation. We are really in a bad situation.
Okay. So, do you have any idea how this person is keeping people trapped, or what their deal is? What kind of information do you have?
He walks over towards the doors and goes, "Oh, don't mind us," and just closes the door of the guards and walks back over towards, and cushions up onto his seat and just folds his hands in front of his belly.
No. We don't know. We don't have anything.
You don't? Okay. What when did the stranger get here?
Yes.
Where's he from? Like, what is
So,
their deal?
That is the thing. We 2 months ago or so, we had this strange man with a very skinny man with a short, stocky beard. He comes into town, as many of humans do, and he spends a considerable amount of coin on purchasing a month in the dream. It sells us many assets, really. Chairs, furniture, anything he could really bring with him in a wagon. So he gives off all of this stuff and buys his entry into the dream. And what of it? We didn't ask questions. We don't ask names. If you wish to go and spend some time in the dream, we do not wish to pry. We simply provide sustenance so that you don't die on the outside world, see? So he comes along 2 months ago, joins the dream, and since then, it is as if our spores don't communicate with us as much. We sometimes could get glimpses of the dream, but it is as if we cannot do that anymore. Some of the greatest spore keepers cannot in any way.
Nobody has been able to wake up, and you can't see what's going on inside it either.
No. We had one wake up when we, very briefly, their mind was shattered, indicating that they died inside the dream. This happens occasionally upon an elderly person who might, suffer some unforeseen consequences. After spending some time in the dream, we might see their mindless body awaken, but this is normal protocol. But this person woke to say simply, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. And then their mind shattered, and they had only been in the dream for the equivalent of 3 weeks. In the dream world is about 6 to 1 in terms of time passing. It feels like a lot more time passes when you're inside, but it does not. It just feels that way. So he was in there in his mind, for the equivalent of, about 18 weeks.
Okay.
So
What
we have
can
no
you
means of going in.
see? Like,
We can't.
If you can't at all, like you get nothing, nothing.
I don't know how else to say this. We have zilch. We have nothing.
Is it like something is preventing you, or you just don't see anything? Do you know what I mean? Like, is there a barrier, or
you have lifted bread to your mouth, as you humans enjoy, and
I do like
the moment
bread,
you
that's
bite
true.
down and you feel it in your mouth, imagine when you lift that bread and you bite down, it's not there. It is more. It is like not being prevented. It is just unforeseen.
Okay.
It is
Where's
unusual.
Where's the stranger now? Where's he?
Yeah, can we
yes,
look at him?
Yes, you can look at him if you wish. Though we have to ask you, do not harm
Can we
him.
poke it? Oh.
If he dies, everyone in that room will die.
Well, do you know if has this ever happened before? Do you know that for sure? Like,
No, we don't know that for sure, but we would rather not risk our entirety on it.
that's fair. How many people are asleep right now in the dream?
I believe 87.
Okay, that's quite a lot. Is that
Yes.
the normal amount?
Yes, it is a considerably normal amount. I mean, around this period of time, we've had to shut things down a little bit quicker now, so you'd expect an influx of a good 50 extra on top of that.
Have you ever had a situation where somebody has paid to go into the dream, and then, what happens if they just refuse to come back out of it? Do you go in and can you force someone out of the dream? Has that happened before?
Yes, the spore keepers have good control over the spores. See, it really is not a dream, see? It is spores going inside of you and influxing a spell. It's almost a shared illusion, but a formed illusion. It is quite easy for the spore keepers to go inside and wake someone. After 1 month, it is dangerous to do so beforehand. The month is something we play as a guesstimate figure. We could probably wake them after a few weeks, but a month is usually the safest point. But yes, we could wake someone after a month, forcibly, and we attempted that with the stranger, and we could not communicate with the spores.
Did it happen right away that you couldn't communicate, or like was
Yes.
he in there for a little bit? Everything seemed okay.
Yes, that is why we know it is him, or at least associated
it.
with him, because things started to go very dastardly when he appeared.
How do the spore keepers? You say it is sort of like a spell. Do they control the spores with magic spells? Is it something they do with their minds? How does one control the spores?
They are the spores themselves in a lot of ways. It is like the same way that when you reach out and you touch something with your finger, it is an external part of them, but it is numb to them currently. See, the spores are spread from their heads and then breathed in, and they can kind of monitor people through that. But unfortunately, they can't do that currently.
Can we go look at him? So can our friend Willoughby take a look at him?
If you wish, whereas
Is that
again,
okay?
please don't murder the man.
I'm not
I
going to
won't-
murder the man. Also,
not going
did
to
he come
murder
with?
him.
Did he arrive here on a mount of some kind, or have
Oh,
any pets
yeah,
he showed up with?
Do you have the stuff he came with? Like, could we look at it, get an idea of who he is?
Yes, he did bring a horse and a cart.
You said you sold off most of his possessions, like chairs and things like that. Did he have anything
Like personal, like-
unusual, or something more personal that he brought with him?
No, I mean, not necessarily. No.
You've searched his pockets.
We have. We when you rested the dream, if you were requested that, he requested for all of his clothing to be passed across to us. We provided him with a nice cloth
Is he
replacement.
naked? Oh, okay.
Yes, we have a replacement. We know how prudish mortals can get. But his stuff for the most part was chairs, tables, some clothing here and there, some empty frames, some candlesticks. It was all just
The frames, like
anything from his home. Yes,
painting. Oh.
empty frames. Yes, painting frames.
Did he say where he was from at all?
We don't
Also, can we
ask.
walk and look?
Yes,
Is
we
his
do.
horse still here?
Oh, of course we would
Oh,
not.
shit.
Well, I'm going to think I'll have words with them then.
All right.
Good idea.
Yes, yes, we walk and talk. He kind of walks you down outside of the doors and then down into one of the hallways that you passed that leads into the kind of Spore Keepers area. They let him through. And you can see this is kind of going around the back of the pods now. And so he starts heading past them. You can see all the sleeping people, many of them being cared to. And he stops at just a random generic one, kind of opens the small door that blocks it and steps in. The pod rooms are open to the actual main hall itself, but it's like a small wooden bed, comfortable. They keep kind of cushions around it of just made of like various feathers and whatnot. And you can just see a very ordinary, mostly bald man, probably in his mid-50s, quite scrawny, lying there, his beard a little bit tawny and not very well kept. Eyes closed, just lying there. They always have one Spore Keeper in this room at the time. You see, oh, no, we won't need your service currently. I've shown these people, finding people around, they are problem solvers. And then you see the Spore Keeper bow their heads and moves out. This is him.
Does he look recognizably like from Midgard? Does he look Mesogaian?
Roll an insight check.
Sure. Are you
Believe in
sure about that?
DM, did we hear about what his, like, how quickly he went to those chambers? Like, do we know at all if he came right here or if he was in town for a couple days at all?
Oh,
Did we
I
learn any
was
of that?
going to ask the horse
Yeah, we
that
didn't ask that.
specifically.
You haven't really asked necessarily.
22 on the insight.
22 in insight?
horse.
I tell you what, with a 22 of insight, I would say you can tell from just kind of how blonde the kind of edges of his beard are, that like now graying, and maybe just his kind of gruff features, that he's clearly from Midgard. He's got a kind of very pale complexion.
So, first thing I want to do right now is cast Detect Magic and see if there's anything magical on it.
Okay. Yeah, you cast Detect Magic. Nothing.
Okay. Can I do a medicine check to like see if there's any visual like, oh hey, there's something weird about this guy, like some kind of weird marking on him, something that might make it seem that he's
like
not
a weird.
an actual human.
Yeah.
Yeah, do an investigation check if you could.
Investigation or medicine?
Oh,
I can do
medicine. Yeah, if you're doing medicine, if you're checking them over, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This will be. I'm in a dragon form for this. 21.
21. You check under his nails, you find dirt there. You check across his body. You can see where he would have had any calluses and worn scars. He looks like this is a person that worked a lot of their life. They look fairly ordinary. With a 21, I would say that you can hear that they've got a bit of a hushed breathing to them. It's kind of a little bit jagged at points. Like their heart's skipping a beat almost.
Willoughby's gonna look over to his forensic specialist, Draven, knowing that he's tasted pretty much every single person's blood ever at this point.
Mind giving him a taste?
Yeah, no, sure. And I'll just take a nail and just...
His blood tastes thick, but human.
Does it taste like 4 or 5 steps before coagulation?
Yeah, maybe not super close, but definitely that he's kind of clearly got kind of higher blood pressure. And it's pretty ordinary as it goes by kind of someone in their mid-50s. Not the freshest blood, but it's mortal blood. It's human blood.
It is mortal blood. It doesn't taste tainted by poisons or tinctures, so it is something else.
For all accounts and purposes, a pretty normal-looking man from Midgard. Worked his life, 50s. Unusual.
Well,
Did you... I was going to say, Willoughby, do you want to go talk to his horse?
That's what I was about to go say.
I'm wondering. Also, I'm gonna look at Fidril. You said like. So he's not actually asleep, and it's also not really a spell that he's under. It's like the influence of the spores. I'm just wondering, like, I can't really. Well, I can try. I was just thinking, like, if someone's asleep, I can try to talk in their mind and like wake them up. But if he's not really asleep, Fidril, do you have anyone who can do that kind of thing? Like, did he try that?
We've never found that successfully
In this,
something
okay.
previously. It would be concerning for us if that was the case.
Sure.
Carried thoughts there. We try to give them the kindest rest they can during this point, but
Maybe not him, the kindest.
What?
Perhaps, yes.
What happens? Obviously, you've mentioned that if he dies, then that would affect everyone in the dream. But what if somebody is uncomfortable outside the dream? Does that have an effect on them inside it, inside this shared consciousness?
Yes, most
do they
definitely.
struggle to concentrate? Oh, it does. Okay.
We try to. One thing we always try to tell people before going into the dream is to be in a most comfortable mindset. Make sure that you are psychologically in the right place before entering the dream, as you might bring some of your fears and your feelings with you. But also your physical state is quite important, because we can only monitor you so much, you see. And, your dream can be there to escape the realities, but sometimes those realities can fickle inward, But we
That's good to
try
know.
to give them care.
Maybe this guy was having a really bad day.
Do you know if you can hear out here while you are in this state?
I mean, we've never really had much in the way of... No one's really said that coming out. We've never really studied into it, but... Nor have we necessarily tried. We try to keep them protected, so I suppose you could try that. But again, we
How
don't
is
want
he
to
laying?
the dream.
Is his like fist clenched or his hands open at all?
I would say his hands are open.
Up.
He's just lying pretty flat, comfortably.
I'd like to cast command
Okay.
and like clench. Like I'm trying to get it to clench his fist.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be more specific.
All right, I can only say one word.
Beehole.
We'll be able
How
to
are we
tell when
gonna
he
know?
clenches.
You're the worst.
We're all just staring
Willoughby will
at
know
him
if he
like,
clenches any part of him.
I
So
will
with a
be.
medicine check of 21.
And that's a wisdom saving throw if it has to roll.
You'd realize that it's a creature that can hear you, right?
Yes, I think so.
Doesn't?
So it doesn't say that. But
If it
that's
doesn't
the weird
say
thing.
that. Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
where-
that's why it's weird.
Mhm.
To a creature, you can the spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if the command is directly harmful to it. So I assume it does technically hear you, but it doesn't say that in the rules.
It doesn't need to
All
hear
his
you. it just
wording
needs
makes it
to
sound like
understand.
it should have to hear, but I think it's magic, and therefore they
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
actually have to hear.
Yeah. As long as they can understand the order, basically.
Yeah, no. If it doesn't mention hearing, then I'm gonna assume it works. So, a wisdom save.
Yeah.
This is where Gabe's just going to completely break this whole scenario.
God, the whole nightmare is going to be clenched now.
15.
we're gonna all be so tense.
15. That passes.
You realize as the magic kind of seeps in that if there's anything, this guy has a strong mind.
Interesting.
I would like to create a mind link with
Mhm.
him
See, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
and just ask into his mind.
Hey,
Who
man,
are
what's your
you?
deal?
Okay, mind link, yeah? Okay. You...
Poor Joe's like, oh,
No, no,
Boy,
it's
you're
not-
getting a lot of
it's
spells
interesting.
thrown at you right now, dude.
It's interesting. This is good.
What a weird episode, you guys. We were gonna go into a dream and we just didn't because we figured it all out.
He's used like a bunch of niche fucking spells no one's used in a million years.
It's okay.
You?
I just punch, so
Do you?
yeah.
You hear them speak
Queen
back to
of
you.
questions.
Who is this?
How are
I
you
asked you
speaking to me?
first.
You asked, are you here in my great hall?
Your great hall.
Not yet.
I command you to reveal yourself.
I'm right here. I wave my hands in front of his face.
I don't see you anywhere.
Open your eyes and look at me.
My eyes are open. Are you here? Where are you?
What are you doing in there?
You're not in the dream, are you?
No.
Leave me at peace. I'm simply existing.
Will you leave everyone else at peace?
They are at peace.
Are they?
Everyone here is content.
Insight check, even though it's just telepathic, so I don't think it's gonna be easy.
Come on, you can get the vibe
and,
though.
an insight check.
It's like the difference between like they are at peace. They are at peace.
Yeah. 15.
He sounds convicted in his words, at the very least.
Of course.
Those delusions are strong.
At least tell me your name.
Tell me yours first.
Eldred.
My name is Ragnar.
Of course it is.
I will say out loud, not telepathically. He says his name is Ragnar.
That's not
Everybody and their
everyone's
father's
name.
name's
Like that's
Ragnar
every
here.
single person's.
Yeah. I know like 80 Ragnars. There were
I've met
like
hundreds
12
of
in my
Ask
time.
him his
Really?
last name. Does it have a
I'm
last
John.
name?
Yeah, and then there
Ragnar
was
the
like
what? There's
Ragnar,
always
son of
a
Ragnar.
It's a suffix.
Yeah, it's
All
not.
right, I'm telepathically. I am Eldred Haugesmider. What is your surname?
Dalson.
Dawson. Is that what it was?
Yeah, like son of Dal. Dalson.
Dawson.
Alson.
Dalson.
I always thought there were more Wulfrics than Ragnars. I didn't
No,
realize Ragnar
is
was
like,
as popular.
There was a whole thing a while ago. Everett was a really popular name, and now everybody names their child Ragnar. There's so many Ragnars.
So
it's
many.
everywhere. Oh,
Okay,
there's like a lot
Ragnar.
of them.
You're creating a bit of a problem here.
So?
We might have to come in and
He's like,
see what's
"So?"
going on.
You are welcome. In my realm
But
of
we
dreams.
don't want to be in there forever.
I can't allow anyone to leave once they enter.
Why is that?
I'm gonna poke Eldred a little bit. What if you just tell him like, we're just going to check to make sure everyone is okay, and then we'll leave you alone?
He says he will not allow anyone to leave his realm of dreams.
Oh. Also, we're
He thinks it's
definitely.
his. That's not good. Okay. Why is that? Why cannot anyone leave? Why is it yours?
Because I have given them something that they never could have in life. Eternal peace, beauty. I am their god.
He has a god complex.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
that makes sense. Tell him it
Oh
sounds
boy.
really cool. You want to check it out.
You sound like a great guy. Okay, goodbye.
Hey, goodbye.
Like,
He's weird.
he's a Ragnar.
So I'm
right?
gonna go
That's the
talk to
deal.
Ragnar Dawson's horse. I
What do
guess
you think his
now.
horse is called?
Yeah,
What do you
let's go
think?
talk to the
Yeah, I'm
horse.
gonna go see what his horse is called.
Well, we can find out where they came from. From the horse
Yeah.
probably,
Yeah.
and then maybe to find out some more info.
You can find out if he's nice to his horse or if he's a dick.
So what did he say was like the deal with why we could walk in to do this? What did he say was like why everyone is there? Like, I'm not
He said
letting
they
them
were
go.
at
'cause
peace. He was giving them eternal peace and beauty, being their god. He can't let anyone out.
Oh, if he
What
lets
if,
people
like,
out, he won't be a god anymore. If
Exactly.
he lets them all go, he'll lose.
Also, what if he's just bad at it and he actually can't let them out? He's like
Could
a
be.
really shitty god,
That's possible.
right? Maybe his horse knows.
Horse.
You head down. The Sporekeeper leaves you by the doors as you kind of head out of the hall, moving kind of around. He mentions to you to head to the stables where Juno's horse is kept. And in a stable near Zappelli, you see this kind of white-maned horse, a little bit older, but kind of munching on just a series of cut-up carrots that they fed him. And he's leaning over. His eyes kind of look to you. Nuzzles against you, Willoughby, as you kind of get up closer.
Yeah, Wilby's gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
So, your master's really made a big stink of things in there. Where did you come from? Where did you two come from? Why are you here?
You've seen the master? Where is he?
Currently holding about 90 people hostage in a god complex scenario in a dream realm.
Hello, Willoughby.
Oh,
Well, is he okay?
Sure.
He's always so sad.
And why is that?
Well, he was happy once. He's been sad since he lost her.
Her?
Oh, the one he always rode me with.
What was her name?
Erase.
I see.
Was it Erase?
Yeah. A-R-A-I-S.
And he seemed to be happy up until they passed away.
They did not die.
They did not die.
They just went away.
They just went away. Do you know where they went away to?
No. Just one day he was sad and would only ride me alone.
I see. Do you know if your master has any kind of magical capabilities, anything that would enable him to be able to take full control over a dream that 90 other people are participating in?
Tell us all his strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
Tell us everything.
What was his AC?
What's his AC? Do you know his wisdom?
He is quite magical. You can make it look like his fingers and his thumbs aren't attached. He does this little trick with his hands.
I bet
I'm
horses
going to
love
stop
that.
writing my note that he has magical abilities because now I am not sure.
Please have Juno try that on Zbelly.
When
Yeah.
Willoughby's speaking to animals, do we hear common or does he sound like the animals?
Does it say speak with animals? Does it mention that they suddenly understand you? I think it's you. You can hear.
You can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration.
So-
it doesn't say anything about what exactly comes
It's-
out of my mouth.
Yeah, I imagine it more like what's coming out of your mouth sounds normal to
Sounds
everyone
like
else.
horse.
But to the other creatures, they're hearing it kind of translated almost. And the magic is translating it as it comes out of your mouth. So you're hearing everything Willoughby's saying. But right now, the horse
But we
is just going.
Willoughby, ask if the a race or whatever was like a child or a adult. If the
Was
horse
this
can
a
tell.
race, a child, or a adult?
Oh, what do you mean? Small or big?
Small or
Like
big?
a foal?
Very
or
small.
Were
like-
they human? What were they?
Very small.
Small?
Small.
Very small.
Very small.
Like, can just raise its legs slightly, but only goes like a couple of feet up.
Okay.
Was she
Were they
her,
human?
was she his foal? Yeah, exactly. Was it their child or the
Were they
human?
related?
He didn't really tell me. I don't know. I just assumed that they were friends. But you might be right. They looked a lot like each other.
Unless anyone else has any questions, I think we've got as much as we're going to get.
Well, it might be a good idea, Juno, say maybe because we have some people, get a rough description of this race, like blonde hair, long. See what we can get out of the horse as much as possible.
Describe a race to me, their hair, perhaps eye color.
Because I know we got people that can
see
use this kind of
colors,
stuff.
right? Some animals can't.
Everything is black and white.
I got a
It's
Google site.
grey. And this-
And horses.
It is sea color.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Very yellow hair.
Okay.
Long. It always have little flowers in it. She had eyes similar to my master. She had a nose, a mouth, 2 legs.
to know.
Walked on those.
Very good.
She wore one of those
wraparound saddles like her father, but one that flowed down.
Wraparound saddle.
Very sweet.
That's great.
Convey pretty much everything he's heard from this horse so far and look around it. If anyone else has anything they want to ask, he's exhausted.
Lena just looks sad.
Well,
Was he nice to the horse?
was your master nice to you?
Yes. I think so.
Is the horse nodding?
Yeah, you say.
Ooh.
He treated me well, but these feed me more. He kind of glances towards the stable in the area. So I don't mind how long he takes.
He's living it up.
Well, I appreciate you answering all of our questions.
Thank
With any
you.
luck, perhaps your master will be back soon.
Take his time.
Slammed.
Luby's gonna look around the others. He's got nothing else to say here, but
No, I think,
they want to add in here.
yeah, we just go back inside.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Interesting.
I don't think the odds are very high that we're going to be finding that erase.
No.
No, although it's curious that the horse said that she didn't die, she just left, which is either ran away or was taken by someone, maybe?
Well, maybe the horse couldn't.
Or
die,
he
like-
sucks and she just left.
Or
All we
again,
have to go on
She
is
sounds-
that he was nice to the horse. That's
what
it.
if, like, we don't know about, like, how smart really horses are. What if she died somewhere else and then he didn't see it and was like, no, I don't know. She just
True.
didn't show up again one day.
True. It does sound like she was quite young, just the very small. So I imagine that she might not have been old enough to really leave on her own accord, but maybe. But it's a good tool. It's a good thing for us to have if we go in the dream. Maybe that's some useful information to have, something that we can use against him if we have to.
I agree.
I mean, I guess now we just get comfortable and go into a dream.
I do wonder if it's a case of, he's obviously came here to forget about whatever has happened.
Oh shit.
And wonder if now this control that he has maybe, fueled his ego or something, or driven him to a bit more of a despotic position. But
There's
we won't know until we get in there, I guess.
one thing Wilby's going to do. Like while we're kind of prepping to go on, like this is a pretty big reach, but Wilby's going to do it anyways because it's a freebie. He's going to cast Skywrite.
Okay.
In the Skywrite, erase to Svepir.
Okay.
And just maybe, or I guess 10 words. So erase, and then maybe like if you could do an arrow instead, like just like an arrow symbol, and then like the start of Svepir, and just see if maybe that'll get a bunch of people named Erase into like a police lineup at some point in the next fucking 24 hours at this town.
That's a good idea.
Okay. Yeah. I like it.
We should tell the spore keeper that you've done that. So if anybody called
they'll see
Erase
it.
turns up, they tell them to come to the dream or whatever.
Yes, we will find
Also,
the spore keeper and tell them that.
you know how, like, I don't know if you all dream a lot or whatever, but you know how in dreams, like, like your house is your house, but it's not, right? Or your mother is your mother, but she's slightly different or whatever. We should have like a code word or something in case other people start to look like us, and then you're like, oh shit, Willoughby, I'm glad I found you. Do you know what I mean?
I see what you mean, in case there's some sort of
No,
imposter or something.
Yeah, right? Because you
If
could...
he's able to control it or
like when you're
something.
dreaming, right? You could make yourself look like anyone, or you could make somebody else look like anyone, or you could make it, like I said, like it's your house, but it's a boat or whatever. Like if we had a code
The
word.
code word could be Zeppeli.
That's
Okay.
a-
Sure.
I mean,
and
nobody
Joe.
else is going to know the name of my horse, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Apparently, Skywrite is 10 words, not 10 letters, so I'd be a little bit
Yeah.
wordy.
Okay.
Dear
with
Erase,
my
please come to.
trying to get everyone named Erase that can see this writing in the sky.
Erase, come to
Are you
Svepi, very
blind? It's your
important
name,
now.
Yes.
Is your dad named Ragnar?
You might be entitled to
Hi, Erase.
compensation.
It's me. It's me, Willoughby. I'd like to ask
That's
you
true.
about your father. Ragnar. Please write to me at this Sky address at your earliest convenience.
Okay, hear me out. I'm just trying to think logically. This is not I'm not saying we do this. I'm not saying that this is an idea, but just I asked the Sporekeeper earlier, if you are uncomfortable in the real world, would that affect you in this shared vision? And he said yes. Obviously, we don't want to harm Ragnar. We don't want to don't want to poison them or anything like that. But could we give them something that would give them like an upset stomach or something that might throw off their,
I
just
don't
make
think
them.
they'll let us do that, right? He didn't want us to even really touch him.
They didn't want us to harm him or kill him, but it could give us an advantage if we can make
We
them.
could, like, put a pea under his pillow. And then
Yes.
he's uncomfortable. Like,
Or
something
like
like that.
itching powder or something like that. Something that could disrupt them, distract them, make their mind weaker. If we're going to be battling our wills against Ragnar's, we want to make sure that if we can get an advantage by distracting them somehow, it could be big. It could be a big advantage for us. But I don't want to cause any harm. I don't want to do anything neither well. Is that the question? Are you raising your hand, Raven? Or is...
Yes, I am. This
Okay.
is so far beyond my wheelhouse. What if we just attempt to convince him that whatever her name is out here in the real world?
Yeah, we could certainly try.
Do we have of that thing you did, Eldred?
Who's good at lying?
Not me.
Lena.
People
What?
don't like to trust me.
I've got a mean poker face.
I wouldn't want to play Willoughby at cards, I tell you that.
I
I think I actually have advantage of deception rolls.
Oh my god.
Do I don't know. That's irrelevant. Irrelevant about it.
I mean, sometimes I don't tell the truth. That part is true.
But are you good at it?
I don't know. How many times do you think I have lied to you?
0.
Then yes, I am good at it.
Okay. Well, in
I
that
am
case, you're
okay
going
at
to be our number one deceiver for
I
trying to
think-
convince them.
I don't know. I guess it's sort of hard to. I mean, sure, all right. I do lie a lot. It's true. So it's okay. I will lie to him because I was going to do that anyway. That part is fine. But I guess we can't really plan too much because they can't even see inside. So we don't know what we're walking into except for what did he tell you, Eldred? Like, did he say, "Oh, the weather's lovely. Come on in," or?
He said yes, and everyone is welcome to enter. But then he said no one's allowed to leave.
And then he said that everyone's like peaceful and
Content,
happy, and he's
Yeah.
a god. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I mean, if he's in control, right? Then we fall asleep. Well, we do the sports because we aren't actually asleep, and then we appear inside. And is he like right there, like the welcoming committee, like, "Hello, welcome to
Yeah.
Ragnar's world. You can have a seat," or what? I don't know. I guess we won't
Yeah.
know till we get in, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, just say I won't talk to him because he's going to not trust me, but he doesn't know what I look like. You should just
are you
tell
going to give
him
him a
we've
fake
come
name?
in to tell you that a small blonde girl named Erase has come for you, and she wants you to wake up. So can you wake up everyone and come talk to her?
I think, I mean, I can certainly do that, but if he knows that she is dead, that is going to immediately
Right.
not work. So maybe I want to lead
maybe
with
she
it.
just went away.
Maybe we'll try to get a bit of information first before we, like, oh shit, we found her on the road.
I don't know. I feel like it's more believable if that's the entire reason we went in. Because she showed up and we've been sent to tell him. Right?
I'm game for anything.
If it's an afterthought, he's gonna be like,
I don't mean it as an
After-
afterthought. I just mean that, like, if she's actually dead and we're like, oh, Race is here, she's waiting for her, he's gonna be like, fuck you, I know you're lying, and now I'm going to kill
Well,
you in the dream.
And if he does that, we'll have to resort to.
The alternative is what would already be what we're going to resort to without that plan, as far as I'm concerned, which is violence. It doesn't seem like he's very interested in talking about leaving the dream of his own accord without some form of manipulation.
how would violence even work in the dream?
Don't you have, like, fighting dreams?
Yeah, but we
Like,
can't
do you ever, like,
actually
stuff in
fight.
the
If
dream?
we kill him, he'll die outside, and then everyone dies, right? So how can we win?
You can stop people without killing them.
Yeah,
No
you
worse things
just...
than death.
Great.
And it may be that if our will is stronger, we may be able to force him out of the dream, rather than potentially kill him.
Draven,
Yeah, I don't know dream rules.
No.
like, if you know how you were, like, you checked in to see if maybe, like, what is his name? Hypnos was involved. Like, do you know a lot about dreams? Like, are you familiar with any of this?
Dreams are like your subconscious projecting images or thoughts. So, a collective one is just the strongest subconscious pushing against others. There can be conflict, give and take. It's like a chess game, almost. You can win. You just have to be smarter, clever, and make the other person lose their will. It's like fighting.
Oh shit, well, you should be good at it then, right? Because you're pretty good at the fighting.
I suppose.
Maybe you should tell him that we were sent in.
I don't trust that weird man. He sounds like he's delving into pleasures because he doesn't want to face his own insecurities, and that's
Yes.
foolish.
I think...
Very much agreed.
So I would just slap the hell out of him until he woke up.
I think one thing to consider is if we're going in there, he is, from the sounds of what Eldred told us and what we've learned, I think that he's created this utopia, this perfect world for him to control. Well, one thing that we can do is take that control away, turn that utopia into something that he no longer wishes to be a part of, and that may force him to flee back to reality. That is a very extreme potential solution, but I think that could be a way, an avenue for us to take if we need to.
I think...
I personally say we shock him into realizing that even in his own illusions, he is not safe. No matter what or who he tries to protect, they are out there and they will suffer. He can choose to be in here like a sad little piss baby, or he can be out there trying to do something for them.
I think that is fair. I do think if she was his daughter, right, which it sort of sounds like she might have been, I don't know if I knew that I could give the Amanita all my possessions and stay in a dream and see my daughter. I might do that.
Yeah, I wonder if she's in there somehow. Even if it's not real.
Maybe a version of her, yes. All right. I'm going to take a few moments to think, but I mean, we could. if we want to go in there, I mean, the only thing I would say is that before we go in, my idea about trying to make him uncomfortable is that are we saying no to that idea? Or are we going to?
I like that idea. I just don't know how to do it other than maybe just make his bed.
Something like itching powder or
A little
I
piece
don't
of
have
hay
anything like
from
that.
the
Get rid of the
stables.
bed for starters. We could just fucking put him somewhere uncomfortable. Not that complicated.
Do you know what you could do? You could put his hand in a bowl of water while he's sleeping.
It sounds
Did you have to
childish,
do
but
that
yeah,
when you were
I
a
think
kid,
it would.
right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Wouldn't
Maybe
hurt.
we don't do that.
I'll see if
Why
the spore.
would it hurt?
I'll ask the spore
Come on.
keeper and see what they will allow us to do, or what they
That
would
is a good idea,
not
right?
prevent us from doing. But if there's anything else you need to do, I'm going to go do that, and then I'll maybe prepare myself and meditate a little bit on what we're going to face. And yeah, if nobody else wants to go, saying I'll go find, was it Fidelis? What was it?
Vidril.
Fidril.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeper.
I'll go find Fidril, and when I kind of get them, maybe make sure that like there's no other Amanita nearby, or like try and give us like a bit to have a quiet conversation, and just sort of say, Spore Keeper, obviously this stranger, this Ragnar is causing great problems for your people and for this town, yes? And I know that you have said that you don't wish to... Obviously, we don't want to physically harm them. We don't want to put anybody at risk. But I asked you earlier if their discomfort here would affect them in the dream. Would you allow us to make him uncomfortable in order to perhaps weaken his mind when we go inside ourselves to try and force him out?
It is a solution. The only thing that would worry me, if you manage to disrupt him a bit too much, he might manifest things in that dream that could harm others. He has many hostages currently.
Point.
So, if you feel like you have something that might prevent that, you don't want a case of you make it feel like there's something over him and he suddenly creates thousands of spiders, It is a dangerous thing when messing with one's mind. But
that is a good...
come up with something clever, yes.
Would something like making him cold or a bit hot, would that, you think, perhaps be too dangerous for others, or just simply make him uncomfortable?
I think if you were to do it, it would, if you were to make him cold outside of in the real world, you might find that inside it is
reflective of that.
Reflective, yes. It might be snowing. You make it too warm, perhaps it is the heat of summer and everyone's sweating.
That is what I thought. But you would if you thought that it was safe enough, you would be okay with us doing something non-harmful to them to try and...
Yes.
Okay, good, thank you.
Of course. As long as you just pass up, I'll be with you along the way before, you do so, or just managing. Just make sure you don't... No cutting off of appendages and all that.
No, of course. I would not wish to. I don't wish to do that either. I would love to. I believe that we can convince this person to leave and let these people go. But I'm just trying to think of options. Do your people have any alchemists or people that can make solutions and things like that here?
Yes, we have a very talented alchemist in town. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Well, that may be something that we go and speak to, and then I'll come back to the others. I'll thank the spore keeper, come back to others, and then say, okay, this is probably going to work. Like if we did something to make them hot, it would probably be hot inside the dream. If we make it cold, it'll be cold. And then like they do have an alchemist here. I think that maybe I could go and speak to them, find something non-harmful. But I guess it depends on, do we want to create that sort of environment? Do we think that would, is there anything we can think of that would be beneficial to us that we could make use of, something that we could think of before we head into this mind world?
I feel sort of like Draven was, when he said like, it's about whose mind is stronger, right? So I don't know.
We could find a drug, maybe, that could slow his senses or slow his thoughts or things, or see if there's something that could slow his reactions, perhaps.
What if we fed him the myconid poison? It sends someone into a berserking rage. And I apologize for the suggestion, but I doubt they can think very rationally in those moments.
The only thing with that, and something the Spore Keeper said that I had not considered, we will not be the only ones that could be at risk if we were to cause something like that. If he started manifesting creatures, he might start attacking the other dreamers, not just us. If he was just attacking us, I would have no problem with it, and I would gladly, I think that making him in a rage could be quite useful, but I would worry that, what if we get other people hurt while we're in there? I like the idea, Draven, but I just am worried about that, perhaps.
I have a way we could do it at a later time, but they are already hostages. That's another question then, I guess. And we can decide before we go in, but are we trying to save all of these people?
I mean, that
Yes.
was my intention.
What else? Yeah, of course.
We just never said it. Saying it is important. I don't follow unspoken notions.
No,
It is
no,
good
I understand.
to state things clearly.
Clear communication.
We came here to save one person, and I intended to, ultimately.
Oh, that was why we came, yes. But if we are in a situation that I can help innocent people or people that are being held against their will, I want to try. I'm not saying we will. I'm not saying we will necessarily succeed, but I would certainly like to try and minimize the risk that we put them to. But that's my intention anyway.
What was it you said about being able to make him go berserk at a later time?
Oh, I could ask my servant Quebec to feed him poison while we're in there after a certain amount of time has passed.
True. Just keep in mind, remember that there is a time dilation. It's longer in there than it is out here. So
that's fine. That would just give us more time.
Mm-hmm.
It might be. Well,
Your who?
My servant.
Your servant? Have we met this servant?
No, you have not.
Okay. That's mildly terrifying, but
weird stuff going on. I just.
Willoughby, you've seen everything I can do. You've seen. I don't have any.
It's still pretty weird, to be honest.
I don't think it's that weird, but okay.
It's kind of weird. It's like a giant golden lady behind.
She's awesome. Okay, it's fine.
I mean, she's cool, but you don't see that every day.
You don't have any way to communicate with this servant of yours telepathically in any way, do you?
No, they just follow my orders.
So you would have to preset it, like in 1 hour, feed them this thing if we're not back.
Essentially, yes. Well, no, actually, I guess I can. Never thought about it that way. Yes, I could, technically.
Okay, even better. All right. I might see if the alchemist has something, I'm not sure what it would be, but something maybe just to make their mind more sluggish. You know what I mean? Sort of slow their reactions or something like that. It may be that they don't have anything like that, but I might just go and see it. If you want to maybe procure some of the other one.
Or like, when you are thinking about something and you can't really focus, so it takes you a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like something like that too.
Yes,
would be good.
I do.
Like you
Something
can't
like that.
concentrate.
I think so. I'll go to that and
Like
see if there's anything.
Like when a mosquito is around your head, and you just hear the buzz every once in a while, and it takes you out of like whatever you're doing. Something like that.
Okay. I'll see what they have.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
is anyone else doing anything whilst Juno goes to the alchemist?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat.
Okay.
And go to the bathroom and make sure I'm super comfy, make sure I'm full. I'm like,
yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Get your jammies on.
Get my gym jams on. Yep.
I would like to go to the prison.
Okay. Sure.
I think Willoughby would, while that's also happening, want to ask like some of the spore keepers if they have any better like
some better estimates of the concept of time dilation from the dream to reality.
Yeah, because he said 6 to 1. I wasn't quite sure what units he meant. Like 6 days to 1 day.
Yeah, I think Lena would want to hear that too, because I think she'd want to make sure that, like, is it like we keep saying it's like a dream, but it's not actually a dream? So, like, do dream rules apply where I could just like think of shit and do it, or because it's a collective dream, are there some things that like you can't do? Like,
what are
how's
the
it set up?
rules?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start with Juno then, heading off towards. You see this little. You walk into the main town area, and you'd see kind of a taller mushroom stalk, but most of it doesn't look inhabited except for the bottom part of it, which is a little sign that says "Shanty's Best." And inside, you would see a very skinny blue mushroom cap topped with a very small face and frame at the bottom. Very tiny legs, tiny arms, quite wide eyes that are embedded into the bark, or deep into the fungus. And you'd see this kind of wide grin smile of a very just tiny spore lady. And she's going around stocking her shelves with these small glass vials and kind of grows the cork into each one.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Are you here to buy?
I may be. It's depending on if you have something that could suit what I'm looking for, really.
Yes.
Well, are you Shanty of Shanty's Best?
I am.
Oh, well, pleasure to meet you. My name is Juno. I'm looking for something, I guess, do you have something that can make... You know, my mind is just racing all the time. So many thoughts going around and around and around. Looking for something that could help maybe, you know, make it harder to think and just relax, or maybe just sort of distract me for a moment. You know, make it hard to think and focus.
Yes.
Do you have anything like that, maybe?
I can conjure something up.
Oh, that would be perfect, yes.
Are you looking... All right, and... Do you have a preference of how your mind wish to be? Like, do you want to be relaxed, or do you want to have a throbbing pain, or do you...
Ooh, no pain, but more pain. Like, you know, like making it hard to think, making it like my mind is all slow and sluggish. Oh, you know, I just want to give that a try. Because it's just all thinking so quick all the time.
Don't worry, I find that most of my customers are strange. Okay.
Yes, oh great, even better.
You see her kind of slip into the back, and you see her kind of looking through a series of flowers.
I wonder.
Kind of just snips one leaf, and then kind of gets a small little fungus, breaks it off of the wall, puts it into a mortar and pestle, crushes it down, and then crushes the leaf with it. Wraps it around, and then takes another leaf, puts it in there, rolls it up, walks over towards you.
Inhale this. It should do it.
I don't want to take it right now. Can I use this later if I take it?
She takes it back and then just puts a little bit of string around it. Like,
great.
There you go. It is a drowsiness fungus that we have used to help people sleep.
Okay. But it will make the mind sort of sluggish and hard to think kind of thing?
That is the other one does that, yes, because the other one is more with... It has had side effects of headache, so hopefully this one will counteract the headache, but the headache will make it hard to think. Probably.
Okay. Experimental. I will put that down. And how long do you think these effects might last?
Hard to say, but maybe...
Yeah, rough estimate.
A few hours at a time.
A few hours. Okay, thank you. This is great. How much would this be? How much would I owe you for this?
Oh, do you
I only have gold coins, I'm afraid.
Oh. What if you think is fair?
Oh.
I forgot this place is like that.
I think Juno will get out because she knows like how much a healing potion is. So I might like get out like 40 gold.
Okay.
But then I think as she goes to pay for it, Juno's going to stop, and she goes, would you happen to have something that could do the opposite? Make one's mind, make it easier to think, make it that one's thoughts are quicker, or something like that, perhaps?
Yes. I do.
She kind of sips to the back and takes a small little vial, brings it out towards you.
This is very good.
Oh, yes. What? And it... Please.
It is a way to make your mind expand. It is as if you have twice the thoughts in half the time. But it is also prone to making you a little bit slower on the movement. To strengthen mind, but slow body.
Above board, this will grant you Intellect Fortress for 1 hour, but at the expense of half your movement speed. Makes you sluggish, but very strong-minded.
But half movement speed. That's awesome. I love that. For 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
I will put on another 60 gold and give this lady 100 gold.
Okay.
For these two things.
This is a lot of the gold coins.
Is it? Okay.
This is useless.
He smiles.
Well, you know,
Puts it
other
under the
traders
desk.
like myself will probably, you can probably use that to buy ingredients and things, right?
Yes.
Of people like myself, things that they find, I'm sure you can use that.
Yes.
They'll gladly take that.
Yes.
But I'm afraid I don't really have much. I mean, unless you would like this scimitar. I got this. Would you like this? You can have this if you'd like, instead of the gold.
Is the gold not good enough?
No, it's more for you. I don't know. You didn't seem happy with the
Okay.
gold. Are you happy with the gold?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I think so.
you keep that gold, and then
Okay.
we'll come back. Okay, thank you.
Come
Thank
by
you,
soon
Santi. Bye
again.
bye.
She goes back to back in the shelves.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that was great. I love that.
Okay.
So yeah,
So-
I'll come back and I'll tell the team like, yeah, I have this. I'm not gonna tell them about the other one just yet because I'm not curious. But I gotta say that like, yes, I got it's like a drowsy but distracted kind of thing from the alchemist, the herbalist, has given me something. It might last a few hours, but I think it's pretty experimental. So,
Perfect.
but hopefully it will work.
Okay. Draven, you head over towards the kind of military area. You see various Svepe moving around. Sorry, various Amanita moving around in this portion of Svepe. And you'd see, as you kind of get to like a gated portion, a guard looks up to you. The prison's behind the gates in the military compound. What's your purpose?
I'm here to offer payment for ransom.
Payment for ransom?
Yes.
What's the other one? We only have a few prisoners in at the moment.
Correct.
Huh. He kind of looks across. Get the captain. And one of the guards moves into the compound. Looks at you. I always thought your people to be a lot broader. A little bit more bear-like.
Well, they needed a middle ground to truly show there is a possibility for cohabitation.
Huh. Alright. You see moments later as the same captain you saw upon the road, Chuki, he kind of steps out and he goes, huh. What are you doing here?
I'm here to negotiate a ransom that we had spoken of. I might have a solution for you.
He
And
folds
I-
his hands behind his back.
I
Yeah.
need something from them.
Alright. What are you offering?
And so Draven is going to offer the majority of his priest pack, including like vestments, incense, tinderbox, candles. He's also going to offer the great axe from Grendel, because even though, albeit unmagical, it is incredibly unique. And a trophy of a creature that has been slain and will no longer be of. It makes the hope is to make this place almost more touristy, so people can come see where the Grendel Slayers had come, and then left something that can be seen whenever people come to visit and trade.
Okay, so are you going to inform him that this is the axe of Grendel?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Hell yeah. Fear. 20 total.
Okay. He takes it. It kind of like drops to the ground. Grendel, huh?
Yeah, it's heavy.
We can release the prisoners. However, when they're released, they will have 3 hours to leave our territory.
Understood.
If they are caught skulking, or by help me, if they harm anyone on the way out.
Understood.
All right. Have them freed. You ought to meet them, escort them out, or?
I'd like to speak with them, and then if I can confirm that they'll be smart, I'll leave them to you.
All right. Do you want to speak with them whilst they're in the cells?
Yes.
All right. He takes you through the gate, and you can see many more of the Amanita here. Many training on kind of training dummies built almost like they're grown from the ground like a plant. You can see kind of foliage on them. You can see them fighting against them, training out all of their weaponry. You can see instead of bows and arrows, they use very long slingshots, which they're very accurate with. You get over to one portion of it, and you can see these outside cages built up against the wall, and in each one kind of grown out of the wall itself. In each one, you can see the 3 separated only about 1 meter apart each. You see one lean forward and goes, look who it is.
And I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages ahead of time, just so.
Okay.
Can you understand me?
You see one of the kind of smaller of the 3, they're still all very big. And leans forward and goes, yeah, we can understand you.
Good. I've negotiated for your release. You'll have 3 hours to get out of the territory.
You've negotiated for our release.
Correct.
To what end?
You say why?
Why?
Because I'm going to want something from you. You seem capable. You seem smart. You seem able. And to be honest, these figures are interesting. But you seem alchemically understanding. The way that you make weapons is incredible. And I'm not going to do myself any favors, leaving you here to die.
And if we're leaving, you'll come with us?
I'll come find you. My companions and I have agreed to do something about.
And then I'm going to use Disguise Self to make myself look like the weird human.
Okay.
This individual. Do you know anything about him?
Looks small.
Agreed.
And come back out. That was one thing I needed to confirm.
Well. Alright. But here's the thing. You let us go. We're not going to tell you where we're going. Track us down yourself. You can find us, you'll get a favor.
All right, deal. And I'll say one more thing. The tincture that you like making.
Yeah.
there might be a way to negotiate getting it without as much conflict. If you could have it easier, would you be willing to consider that?
See another one look over and goes, "You're not actually considering this, are you? It'll make us look weak. Will it?"
Here's the thing. If you have a more steady supply of the thing that makes you stronger, anyone who thinks you look weak is now just a new target. And that would give you a whole new set of allies that don't want to have a conflict with you. Weakness is perception, and the one who says it would make us look weak, well, I'm not the one in the cage, am I?
You seem kind of clench the side of the cage. The smaller one goes, looks at you. Roll a persuasion check with advantage again.
Hell yeah. Joe, stop making me roll. It's scary. 22.
All right, we can discuss that when you get out. Or when we get out.
Do you have a name?
I do. You'll find it when you come find us.
All right. Deal.
Deal.
I'm gonna
I don't know. Do you use gold?
We do.
I'm gonna toss him 5 gold pieces.
Have something nice for me when I find you.
I'll buy you some pretty flowers. He pops it into a pocket.
And do walk away, tell the captain they should be ready to go at any point.
Okay.
I have confirmed that they won't cause problems. Knock on wood. And that's pretty much it for Draven.
Okay. And then finally cutting over towards Willoughby, you're going to go meet with some of the spore keepers
Yes.
to discuss the inner workings. Okay, are you finding a random spore keeper or are you going to go to the head one?
You'd go to the one that's the most informed, so probably the head one again.
Okay, yeah, Fidra
I'm gonna tag along.
Hello. Yes, so, I've already spoken to your friend.
Yes, we're preparing to enter the dream, so to speak, but I wanted to ask you some specifics
Of course.
about some of the more technical aspects of it. You mentioned that there was a bit of a time dilation
Yeah.
effect between the dream and reality. Can you give us a specific number?
Roughly, it has been 2 months since the stranger has entered into the dream. And in our world, that is 2 months. In their world, it'd be probably closer to a year.
I see.
So you might spend an hour in there, and it might feel... You know, outside it is an hour's past, but inside it feels like you spend 6. It is part of the reason people like to go in the dream. Because you're under there for a month at a time, but... It feels as if you're spending half a year away. That is a rough estimate as well. Who knows what it's like in there now?
Well, that at least gets us somewhere to start.
Yes.
What do we have to ask?
So-
It's been a while.
You said, like, I know that we keep calling it a dream, right?
Yes,
but
yes.
we're not
It's
actually
an easy way to
asleep.
manifest it.
Right. Like, if you're in there, it works like if I'm dreaming, right? So I can have red hair or I can
Yes. It is
fly or
all connection
whatever.
through the spore, like a hive mind, if you will.
Okay. So like are there I mean, I guess not. I was going to say, like, how do you make sure like people don't really get hurt or stuff? Like, are there a sort of rule to it, or like you could do anything you want but stab someone in the face or
Yes,
something?
we hope people do not fight one another. It is a rare occurrence. We can't really police it ourselves, but it is something that is a concern at all times. It's why we do our psychological evaluation before people go inside, make sure that they are in a
Wait, you do a psychological evaluation?
evaluation?
I feel like you should have said that part before. I just look at Willoughby like,
Yes,
What
yes.
came out
What
of your
did this guy-
psychological evaluation?
tell
with
us what
Ragnar
Ragnar's.
Dowson?
What was his evaluation?
He seemed like a. Do you read The Stranger?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We've learned quite a bit about
His
him.
name is Ragnar, which is a big surprise, right?
There's
lot-
been many come through.
Yeah,
these parts
that's what.
of that.
I was joking because
The-
there's like a lot of Ragnars.
You weren't surprised. I see sarcasm. I'm new to it.
No, it was yes.
The psychological evaluation is more of a discussion, making sure that they feel that they're in the right mindset. He seemed quite comfortable. We deemed from him that his plans inside the dream were to just live a comfortable, small life.
Did he say
Usually-
why he came? Like what? Tell us. We
don't-
need to kind of know
that is
what
not,
all he
that is
said.
not part of the evaluation. The evaluation is just to see what intentions you have within the dream.
What
we
did he
believe
say?
He said he wished to live a quiet little life. He wanted to have the comfort of knowing
you-
that spring
Fitzgerald,
was always around and
I
that
have
the
a
smell of
question for you.
flowers, the favorite food, and he really enjoyed
Are you good
the,
at telling
this-
if people lie to you? Like, what, you just ask them, like, promise us you're not going to do anything bad in a dream. They're like, no, I promise for sure. And then you let them in? Like,
The
how do you know
reality
someone's
is
lying to you?
that most people who would seek out the dream do so because their life is lackluster. So, the more dangerous folk can live out those dangers in reality.
Do you ever turn people away? Like, what would an answer be that you'd be like, nope, no way, you're not going in the dream?
If someone came to us and said that they'd planned to go inside and murder a lot of people, we'd probably turn them away, though that has not happened.
You guys
We've always had good
Gotta
experiences.
fix up this background check. You
Yeah, I
gotta
feel like you should maybe have a think about this because
gotta do
This is our
better.
all I
first-
have to do is be like, I'm definitely not going to murder anyone and trap 90 people in a dream. And you're
true.
like, go
We-
for it, Lena.
We do believe that hindsight in this case has proved to be an effective tool and reason towards our change, but up till now, most people were content spending a little bit of a holiday experience. It was always quite kind. We've only ever had a couple of conflicts inside, and that's just been unfortunate scenarios when neighbors might have clashed with neighbors. But for the most part, even though it is a collective dream, most people just stick to themselves.
Do you find, and I guess if you were able to watch, right, you would pull someone out if they were like starting to kill someone
Yes,
or something.
We do
So-
that. And we have guards sometimes go on the inside. We send in inside people.
Do you have anyone inside right now?
Yes.
Should we look for them? Can you tell us who they are?
Yes, I could tell
Will
you.
we tell us?
Give me 1 second. Yes, we do have a couple of people. We have someone named Lane, an elf.
Lane.
Lane, Layin,
Okay.
and our second one, who's inside currently, is named Gazmil.
Okay.
He's a dwarf,
What is Lane a...
an elf,
Not
a light elf.
Oh, an elf. All right. So what do they work for you and they like go into the dream and keep the peace or whatever?
Yes, they are given certain. It's a voluntary position. They're given certain benefits.
Like,
Well, they get to have a home to come back to where they go outside the dream. We give them discount on longer dream time. It's a lot of good things,
Oh, okay.
really. It is a voluntary experience for some of our more dedicated customers. And they
So,
help
do
us
you-
police it.
do you find that like sometimes people start to take over, or well, I guess you said it was right
No.
away with him, right?
It is. Most people who go inside the dream find their own little pocket and they want to live out their little fantasy and experience. And most people don't even collaborate. In fact, we would love it if we could find a way to bring in some more community into the
Oh,
dream.
like mixers, like you want to do
Yes,
like a party so
but
they
that-
could all get to know each
It
other.
only really
That's a good
happens with
idea.
people that know one another going into the dream usually. So, for the most part, it is a very very reclusive experience for a lot of people. We never have trouble, really. One time, we did have trouble between two neighboring dreams, but that was about it.
So literally all you asked Ragnar was like, how are you feeling, man? And he
Yes,
said,
we
sad
tried to say
and lonely, I'm
before
going to go to the dream.
Yes. Before we could come into the dream, we asked if they could... How is their current state of emotions? And...
What did he say?
He said content, but he would like to experience a more comfortable lifestyle.
People could just lie, man. And
This is
Ragnar
really
Dowson was
true.
having a real bad day. Matter of fact, a real bad couple months, apparently.
Well, that is unfortunate for our system, because beforehand it was foolproof.
Do you feel like you're good at telling if people are sad or happy?
How happy do you think I am?
You seem relatively content. You'd have a great time inside the dream.
I just look at Willoughby. He does?
You gotta put together some kind of committee for this. There's gotta
Maybe?
be-
Okay.
There's been
We'll
no
go-
outrage of emotion between you. That's usually
It's
a good
not-
sign.
I feel like we should leave you some notes.
So
when we
is
are
the
done with
only
this.
way you know if someone is having a bad day is if they are crying or screaming or sobbing.
Yes. Well, that's the really easy indicator, of course.
You should. I feel like maybe you need to get out into the community a little bit more. You need like a mixer of you and like humans and elves and dwarves.
No. I enjoy my job very much so. I enjoy the position we have here and I believe we are giving people their dreams.
Yes.
Lovely.
Well, you gave 87 people not the dream they wanted, huh?
We have failed them, yes, but we'll make up for it. It does not reflect on us
88.
badly.
I forgot
as a...
about the guy that woke up.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So I feel like I'm going to regret saying it like this, but you can't think like of anything out of the ordinary that Ragnar said to you at all during this evaluation. Like you can't think of anything slightly weird or that was like a clue that he's going to take over or that he's sad or
Not
that
really.
we
He asked a
could
lot of
use
questions
against
about.
him.
Asked a lot
Do
of
you ask if
questions
they have
about
like
his
family
capabilities.
and stuff? Like, do you ask
No,
for emergency
why
contacts?
would we do that? Of course not.
What if they die? Then you need to tell somebody.
We do not. We are not nosy. We like to
You
leave
guys
people
What do you do
business
if
to
someone just
themselves.
dies? do you just?
We would bury them and we would wait
don't-
for the next of kin to arrive if they care. If they had next of kin that might have cared, they would arrive.
But
If
if
they
they
told
didn't tell them that,
Then
Fitzgerald,
it
I
is
feel like
not
you
our
have a
business to tell
liability on your
them.
hands here.
If they
But
have not
that's-
given us the knowledge of that person, then where is it in our responsibility to inform that person? We'd be breaking their
so
trust. See?
you're
How
going with
long has
plausible
this business
deniability.
been running?
Lifetimes.
Lifetimes.
More successfully
Like
in the last
a
century.
how
or
many
so.
years? Because I know Amanita don't live very long in the grand
Yes.
scheme of things. No offense.
I would say 60 years.
How many people have died over like 60 years? Do you think?
A dozen?
Did you just have like a graveyard for them? You put their like. Did anybody ever come find them?
Once. Yes.
Out once. Okay. All right. Good to know.
That is why
Okay,
we know our
so-
system works.
Again, that's not the absence of the. Okay.
Tell me again once
So-
you've run.
So Ragnar didn't
A
say
dream hole,
like
what is-
he just was like, I'm content. I'm going to garden in the dream world or whatever the
He
fuck
seemed
he
like
said.
a solemn man.
Do I seem like I'm content right now?
Actually, you are a little agitated, and I would say, too, you should maybe spend some time getting some food, some rest before entering into the dream.
Yeah, no, I'm going to put on my jammies first, and I'll. Yeah, it's fine.
Maybe
Okay.
take a moment in the air and breathe it in first, because this kind of emotion could carry over.
Did you tell that to Ragnar? No, because he was totally
He was
content.
lovely when we met him.
Petrel, you've been a great help. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course.
I'm just gonna shake my head.
Wilby's gonna fall in and out. He's totally fucking stun locked by this guy right
You
now.
couldn't even tell that I was lying just then. That was a really easy lie.
Is one tragedy away from being completely shut
This is a
down, and the
huge
best thing we can do
liability.
is be miles away before that happens.
Yeah. That is bad news. What are they thinking?
All it takes is one person in that dream going psycho mode and killing everyone else in it,
Right.
and all they're going to do is shrug and just bury them all in the woods.
Oh, do you know we should have asked
They
to
won't
see the
even have their
graveyard? Do they have
names.
spots for 87 more bodies? All right. I was like, the
If
two worst
we
people to have that
die in this
conversation.
dream, we will be buried in the woods.
No, you
never
know
to be
what?
heard
I'm leaving a
again.
note before I fall asleep, and I'm going to say, do not bury me in your pauper's graveyard with no names. Please just set me on fire and
Was there
my
some
ashes.
grim fucking mass burial site like 20 feet away from the
Yeah,
fucking
can we look out the windows?
they're
Do we see the
mushrooms, right?
graveyard?
Mushrooms
Yeah.
they're just gonna decompose this
Yeah.
shit. Like, they don't even need
They
to
wrap you
bury
in
'em.
linen and just like stick you under a tree. Like,
Yeah.
You just rot away.
These trees are probably all the dead people from the dream.
There's some particularly lovely trees outside, yeah.
Okay, we get back to everyone else. I immediately take out a paper and start writing. Please don't bury me in your
I'll
graveyard.
have anything you want to send to your loved ones before you go in there. It wouldn't be a bad idea.
Oh, that's great. That's a lovely thing to think about.
They don't. Did you know they do a psychological evaluation before you go in the dream? He didn't tell us that part right away, which would have been useful. Turns out not useful anyway, because he just said he seemed really content and nice.
Oh,
It's more of a surface level, like, check of their visual emotions.
Yeah,
more
like-
so than anything.
Are they crying? Do they have are they shaking with rage? Are they trying to stab the guy interviewing them? That kind of thing.
I mean,
There may be upwards of 10 psychopaths in this dream.
Yes,
in
we don't.
reality, and
We might have
don't
to worry
know
about
now.
more than the one. Maybe they're just regular psychopaths, though.
But I can tell you that about 1 hour out here is about 6 in the dream.
okay.
Oh shit, wait. Oh no, I guess we would be able to wake up, right? I was just thinking like, so we go in there, we're like, Ragnar, knock it the fuck off, right? And he's like, okay, sorry. We don't have to stay in there for the whole month. Like we could just try to
Once,
wake
if
up
we
once
can deal
it's
with
up.
Ragnar, yes, I think that
We're going to deal with him. Come on. There's like
It's true.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
Don't
get
know what else we could do. Except go in there and see what it's like.
I'm supposed to go take a deep breath outside because I was agitated by the question. So I'm going to put on my jammies and then I will do that.
Definitely take a moment.
Don't go into that dream agitated. Oh, God, no.
Willoughby, you might have to take like a couple breaths.
I don't know if it's safe for me to go in that dream, if I'm going to be honest.
No, you should be fine, right? Because you're just like,
According to the psychological evaluation I
Yeah, you're
received,
great.
I'm completely
you're
normal.
super content. You might be as content as Ragnar and able to take over too. So what are we worried about?
What do you look like in the dream? Will you look like you now, or you from before?
I think
I
you
don't
look like
remember
your
what I
dream
looked like
self,
before.
right?
Well, remember, this isn't a dream. I think Willoughby, if he has a strong enough presence of mind, will be able to choose how he looks.
Willoughby, you could pee in the dream probably.
Oh, I could
Maybe.
finally pee in that dream.
I'm just saying, take a minute when you get in there.
It's going
try
to be
it.
more than a couple minutes. All right.
But when we get ready, I'm going
Storing up
to.
that for 400 plus years.
It's going to be.
It can take a while. Just let me know when we're ready, and I'll administer this this sort of sleeping agent thing, this medicine to
We also
our
have to
guest.
find each other once we're in the dream. It's not a guarantee we'll all be near each other.
It's true. It's true.
Right.
So yeah,
Well,
just before we go in, Joe, I'm going to administer the drowsy like distraction stuff to this
Okay.
guy, and then I'm also going to take the fun drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lena, in your head, I'm establishing a mind link with you, hopefully for the next hour.
Shit, this is a
We
good
can
idea.
communicate.
Should I try to do one with the others, and then I can only do 2. Hey, look at whoever else is in the room. Do we want to try the talking in heads thing in case it works in there? I can pick 2 people.
Sure.
I'm like the middle.
Or do you want
person.
to pick like someone like Vidris out here, because we know that works in the dream. You can telepathically communicate with someone out here.
Vidril ain't gonna be able to help us for
That
No,
man is
that's true.
not helpful.
It sounded like he was not helpful.
Every time we're going to say something, he's going to be like, sounds like the dream is going great. You're getting everything you want out of it. That's what dreams are.
Maybe we could ask the
He's got
girl
no
from the
clue.
tavern to come here, and we could have her watch over us or something. But maybe that won't be useful, because if she does anything out here, it could be bad. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess just maybe use it on us then.
All right. I will.
It'll be fine. What is going to be is going to be. We'll deal with it.
Okay.
All right. Who wants it? I got 2 because you got baby proficiency.
Your proficiency
So-
is +3 right now.
Oh, I lied. My proficiency is plus.
Do we?
No.
You're level
No,
5,
no,
aren't you?
no.
Efficiency is 2.
We're all level
No,
4.
we're level
Yeah,
4.
You're level
Joe.
4.
starving out here.
Wait, is this a
Oh,
hint about
this
what's going to
guy,
happen
even
after
with
this?
DM thinks you're higher level, dude.
He doesn't even fucking
No, he
know,
doesn't
bro.
know.
Damn, dude. All
Look,
right.
man, I thought you were 5. My bad.
Can we be
wish,
5 up?
Joe.
No, we can be 5, Joe.
Yeah,
You
what
just
you're
have
saying
to
is-
say.
Dude.
We could be 5
feel
right
like-
now.
It's okay.
I'm just gonna
misspoke.
dream that I'm level 5.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I can have 2 people, and I will roll a d6 for 4 hours.
Mhm.
So I can be linked to Eldred, and then I can link to 2 other people, and then we can all talk. It's just like a
Who's
game
the
of telephone.
uncool one?
Yeah.
I don't mind being the uncool one. You can have Draven and Willoughby.
The one that's last.
Because
on
I'm
the
just going to be
basketball team.
Punch. Yeah.
Okay.
Stop saying you're gonna be punched like you're not gonna talk to every person that we meet.
I don't talk to every person we meet. I'm fine. I bought some drugs. I'm good.
They did take drugs. They're cool now.
Drugs, that's good.
You know.
Put that on Juno's shirt. I bought some drugs. I'm good.
Okay, so anything you're doing beforehand other than who did you cast it on, Lena? Just to double check.
Draven and Willoughby.
Draven Willoughby. Okay.
I'm gonna take some deep breaths and try to be less agitated.
Everyone, get your agitation out. Apparently, go berserk.
The effects that you're taking will last 6 hours total because they're technically hour long. If they it'll be lasting 6 times the length. So if it's an hour length, it'll last for 6 hours. So your intellect fortress will go on for 6 hours.
Mhm.
Are you
Make
preparing
out
to
my
enter the
comfy
dream?
pillow.
Enter the dream.
All right.
Plug
You would
into the Matrix. Here we go. Send me in tank.
The head sporekeeper comes to meet all of you. Fidril.
All right, I've got your stations ready.
He kind of leads you into 5 individual rooms.
If you'd like to lay down and get comfortable in the beds, lie whatever way you see fit.
We need
Okay.
guns. Lots of guns. No.
Get comfy.
Get comfy. I'm gonna take my sandals off. Take my shoes off.
Okay. I must ask all of you. Do you prefer to sleep warmer, colder?
Can't feel anything.
Warmer.
I'll just.
Warmer for
colder.
me.
Warmer? Okay.
Like slightly colder, but not that much colder.
All right. And how are you all feeling currently?
Really content.
I don't know. How are we all feeling currently?
Just
Yeah, you
so
could tell,
ready
Fitzgerald,
and
right?
happy and
How about you
content.
just do a quick double check on everyone?
You just get a glance across.
You all seem fairly well to be excited, perhaps, to have be involved in this. Yes. All right. Well,
You got the chief.
good. Good. All right. Well, lay yourselves down and
He calls together some sporekeepers who come in individually into your rooms. They bow their heads towards each of you.
as I'm laying down, I'm going to cast False Life on myself.
Okay.
Nice.
And yeah, just a little transparent sort of black grayish light will envelop me and then just soak in.
Okay.
Get some temporary hit points.
Okay.
Are you all prepared? In which case, close
Yes.
your eyes. You don't have to, it's just, it might make it feel a bit more comfortable.
I
And
close them and then I open them again.
release.
The spores in each room. Even for you those who don't breathe, you see the spores kind of drift towards any gap they can and go inside. They don't taste or smell of anything. They just drift in. Everyone, please just make a Constitution saving throw. See if you can withhold against the dream naturally.
What magic is this man
That's
using to
funny.
overpower spores? In hindsight,
It is
Sorry, guys, I get to
pure
skip
just
this
your
episode.
body rejecting them. Is that
Are we
nat
really?
20?
Sorry.
That's a
Or will
nat
it be?
20. Do I just not show up next session?
No.
Yeah, right.
You would see, as when they realize the spores do not knock you out, a bird,
you.
several more come in. And you see, they just shoot off so many more spores into you. He's like, all right, this might be a bit more uncomfortable. And you can now smell it. It smells kind of pungent, a little bit damp. And you can see as all of the spores kind of enter into you and force you into the rest.
This place sucks.
It was more just to see if your body would be
I'm
resilient.
not content.
He just shuts down.
And then, it is as if you're drifting off to sleep. There's silence. And then each of you opens your eyes. And you're sat in a room with a table. But it doesn't seem like there's an edge to the room. No doors, no windows. It's just silence. You're sat on a chair, almost like an interrogation room. A light gleams above you, like the sun, but it's small. Still, if you reach your hand up, you can't reach it. It always seems to stretch further away. Each of you are separated from one another until the door. What door, you think? But your mind manifests a door. Of course there's a door. How else would someone enter into this room? But there must be a door. And someone in a long grey robe. No hair, really no features. Just two round black dots for eyes and a mouth on the face, located in the center, but no teeth, no tongue, a void that moves as it speaks. You see this humanoid drifting creature step in and go, "Ah, greetings. Welcome out to job allocation." Shall we
There's
begin?
jobs.
Oh, not again.
He drifts down and sits in the seat opposite you. Smiles. Let us begin. We'll go ahead and take our 5-minute break there before we get into that. But for some rules of the dream for you. The rules of the dream are that when you try to dream something, you must use a straight wisdom or charisma check. The DC will be set depending what you're trying to alter. So, if you're trying to conjure something, the DC might be quite small. However, if you're trying to cast a very high-level spell, or trying to do something that's world-changing, it might have a higher percentile chance. There's also the chance that if you're in a dream where there is a head dreamer, if you will, you could be caught doing some certain dreams. So if your DC is, if there's a high DC and you roll very low, it might risk discovery. So again, wisdom or charisma. In potential combat, it takes your action or reaction in a round to use it.
Okay.
So you can do your action to do whatever you like, or action to do whatever you want. The DCs are set based on the difficulty of what you're attempting to manage, and sometimes there might also be some things like psychic damage, depending if it breaks, if it's very, very vast. But that's pretty much. Oh, one tiny other thing though. You can affect and alter many things. The only things you can't alter are your mental statistics. So your int, your wisdom, and your charisma must
I'm
remain
really
the same.
smart.
Yes, just because you can't actually. All of these things are happening in a make-believe world, and you can make yourself believe you're smarter, but others have to believe that. So go ahead and take a 5-minute break, get your drink, refresh whatever you've got, and we'll be back to see how your interview processes go and see what job you're allocated here in the dream world. All right.
Jobs!
Yeah, right?
Be right back.
Dream is shit.
Chat, I'm going to run a 3-minute ad just to try and push back any pre-roll ads we have. Okay, I'm gonna start bringing things up. Okay.
He's a good boy.
Hello.
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 Welcome back.
Thanks.
Welcome back.
So,
Oh no, now that's gonna be in my head.
are you ready to get back into things?
Let's do it.
Do it. Yes.
Then, each of you has this strange individual enter, all happening at the same time, though separated. Well, any new people into the dream are subjected to 3 tests. First, a series of questions to get to know you. Then, some hypothetical questions. And then, a chance to prove what your mind is capable of. What you're capable of imagining. Shall we begin?
I'm gonna say great, and as I do that, I'm going to try to telepathically talk to everybody who I'm connected to. Like, are you in an interview right now? To see if they can hear me.
Yeah. You guys can hear them.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Oh,
Ultra just.
Yes.
So, first of all, will it be in your room? The person looks at you. What occupation do you have in the outside world?
I am an extremely ex-cartographer, and am currently an envoy of the world tree Yggdrasil,
You didn't write it down.
and also, for the record, Willoughby looks like a Kvistr right now. He has had 400 years of not being a human, and to him, much to his own dismay, he's like checking his own hands. His subconscious is just like, you're trees now, my guy. This is all you think of.
That's fair.
Lena, who is your hero?
What?
Alright, we'll note that down. Eldred, what motivates you?
Anger.
Sorry.
Draven, what would you do with a large sum of gold?
Build an army.
Nice.
Juno, which of the
Before
gods?
he asked me a question,
Okay.
Juno is like, I have a few questions of my own before you ask me some questions. Who are you? What does this do? What is the meaning of all of this?
I am the interviewer. That
And
is
who
my
gave you
being.
this position, interviewer?
Of course. He.
Who's he? Just so Joe knows, because I don't want to take up time, this will be the if I get asked a question, I will keep asking questions.
Okay, we'll go through it like that. Which
Yeah.
of the gods do you find yourself most similar to?
Which god is this he that you refer to most similar to?
I'd set down. Will it be? If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh.
I guess water.
No.
Lena.
He's really fucking feeling bad about seeing
That
tree
makes me
hands
so
right now.
sad.
He's the most honest in the interview now. Lena, what is your greatest achievement to date?
My daughter.
No.
Eldred, does your career path match that of your childhood dreams?
I kind of recently quit my childhood dream.
Quit dreams, huh? Draven, which of the gods do you find yourself most similar to?
Above board Joe Gill. You know why.
Fenrir.
Fenrir. Juno, if you could have any animal as a pet, what would you pick?
What determines exactly what a pet is? Is a kept wolf a pet? Is a
Right,
would you
yeah.
consider a slave a pet? Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
Willoughby.
She wants to know what the determinations, what the
You can
what
see
the
they're just writing
limitations of
down
this question.
everything you say.
Yeah.
Willoughby, which of the gods do you find yourself most similar to?
I don't like any of them really. They're all scary.
Poor Willoughby.
Lena, have you ever murdered anyone? And if so, why?
That's a really interesting question.
Eldred, what is the worst gift you have ever received?
A dead rat.
Draven, what is a skill you don't show off often?
The ability to bring back a soul.
Ha. Juno, list 2 pet peeves.
I don't think she would actually have a question for that one. Ignorance and arrogance.
Willoughby, what is the best gift you have ever received?
Oh boy. Well, I can't remember any gifts I've received since I became a Kvistir, and really, I'm not sure. It's I guess immortality. I guess immortality. How many more questions are there going to be on this one?
Just one before the hypothetical. Lena, what makes you laugh the most?
Like the happy kind of laugh, or like the laugh where you're like, I can't believe this, or like which kind of laugh do you mean? No, you
Eldred.
didn't really.
Which of the gods do you find yourself most similar to, Eldred?
Hecate.
God. Draven, how would your friends describe you?
As someone who is driven, even if they do not know why, in truth.
Juno, do you have any family? And if yes, do you love them? If no, why don't you have family?
Why don't you love them? Why don't you have family then?
Juno will say, because Mark is trying to think here.
That's okay.
Just need a second. Juno says, I have family, I love them, but what do you define as love? In what way, in what manner do you mean?
Just write that down, don't answer. Willoughby,
You're really not answering my questions.
they write that down. Willoughby, do you prefer company or being alone? Final question.
Total isolation.
Observation. Lena, which of the
Yes.
gods do you find yourself most similar to?
That's a hard one, because I think maybe the one you are most similar to is not the one you wish to be most similar to. But I would say currently I am most similar to Loki.
Eldred, which of the 5 senses would you say is your strongest?
Only 5.
Write that down. They blink for the first time. It's just 2 black lines, and then they go
Gross.
back to the circles. Draven, when was the last time you cried?
2 days ago.
Juno,
Final question. Do you collect anything, or would you like to?
I collect answers.
That's the end of the question section. Now to hypotheticals. Willoughby,
Those just more questions.
in your one, Willoughby. This is a hypothetical situation. Please answer how you believe you would act. As the next oldest, you've been asked to look after livestock as there have been wolves prowling around whilst your father goes to town to buy new tools. You had plans with your friend Ragnar today. He found a lake to swim in and stole a keg of ale. Do you, A, look after the livestock? You can see Ragnar another day. B, ask your 4-year-old brother to look after the livestock and go meet Ragnar. C, invite Ragnar to come and drink at your place. It's no creek, but it'll do. Or D, kill Ragnar.
Boy, oh boy. I mean, that 4-year-old brother's gonna be such a handful. I don't really want to hang out with ale around them. They're just gonna be... Well, you know what I mean. What as children do. I would go find the wolves in this case. They're wolves. Is there some kind of creature coming after these sheep? How in-depth is this hypothetical on your side?
It is... The wolves exist in this hypothetical, sure.
I would converse with the wolves and figure out a way to establish some kind of exchange that can be made so that they will leave my people in peace.
Ah.
I can speak to animals, you see. Many of these animals-based questions are very easily solved when you could actually talk to them. So can we maybe give those questions to just someone else, so these are going to all be very straightforward from here on out?
There's only one hypothetical, don't worry. Answers a lot about the person.
How much longer is this going to take? Because I'm still kind of banking on being able to pee soon.
Oh, one more round, then you'll get out of here. Lena,
Yes.
the love of your life has been unfaithful to you. You found out who they have run off with. Your friend, Ragnar. Overcome with grief and sadness, what do? A, confront them both and let them know that you know, but you're sad that you know. Hopefully this will give you some closure. B, leave your love, but congratulate Ragnar and decide to celebrate his successes instead. C, continue to pretend not to know, enjoying being second only to Ragnar. Or D, kill Ragnar.
I really thought this was going to be different when I came into the dream. I was just sort of a little bit sad and I wanted to kind of forget my troubles, and now here you are with this hypothetical that is a trouble, right? Like now, in this hypothetical, I'm...
Please
Well,
stick to
maybe
the
I'm
script,
not sad,
alright?
actually.
Gang, I'm trying to get out of these questions, and I know someone's taking a long time out there,
A
and
bit
I'm
of-
just waiting to piss.
I
So
like...
if we could, whoever's over there could speed this
Orientation
Can you tell me
process
my-
happens all at the
Can you-
same time. We are trying to make it as swift and hasteful as everyone.
I feel like you're not even paying attention to what I'm
Please
saying
just say-
now, which is sort
First
of
put you down for
insulting if
D.
you're asking me a hypothetical. Pardon me? I
D?
didn't hear you. No, D was kill Ragnar. Why would I just kill him? No,
Right,
that's
okay.
stupid.
Eldred, you're in the heat of battle.
I'm going to imagine this person disappearing.
Roll
Beat me
a
to
wisdom
it.
or charisma check.
Charisma or wisdom?
Whichever one you believe's higher, or which one you feel is higher. Better.
15?
They disappear.
Stand up and look at the door.
There's no door anymore.
Oh shit.
You're back in the blank room. Inside.
I'm gonna make the door come back.
Okay? Roll a wisdom check.
10.
The door appears.
I'm going to tell Lena. I just imagined this annoying question guy disappear and he's gone, and then I brought the door back. Maybe I can imagine myself to you.
I'm gonna tell Draven and Willoughby.
Okay. Raven, for you.
I'm gonna look at my
You-
dude though and see like if he reacts at all to the fact that Eldred just like imagined him away.
No?
No? Okay.
You are on your deathbed.
You've lived a long, successful life with stories and riches galore, but forgot to write a will. Your family crowd around you. Your last words and actions are, A. Share my wealth evenly, all 11 of my children deserve it equally. B. Set a challenge for the children to compete in. Only the greatest may prevail. Likely it'd be Ragnar. C. Just give it all to Ragnar and let him decide. Or D. Kill Ragnar before dying.
T. Ragnar is so worthy.
You see it smiles as it writes that down. Juno. You've won a serious amount...
As he goes to speak, Juno's like, I think you've not answered any of my questions, and I want to try and force myself into the role of the interviewer and asking him a question.
Okay. Do a wisdom check.
Is this a wisdom saving throw or a wisdom check? Because I have advantage on saving throws from the intellect fortress, but not on ability checks.
Just checks.
Just checks. Okay, I'll just do the one roll. 23.
You're now wearing the grey robes, and you see...
How would you react if you had to
outfit.
complete a task that made you dissatisfied with your job? How would you address this with management?
Management?
Yes, the one who oversees your current position.
No one's ever asked me.
Him. He.
He?
Yes. How would you raise this issue if you had to complete a task that you were dissatisfied with?
I don't know.
Interesting. She writes it down. All right, thank you very much, and then I turn around and leave.
There's no door for you.
Oh, I'll try and imagine a door.
Go ahead and imagine the door.
24, natural 20.
Okay, and where do you imagine this door exits to?
This door will exit to a grand hall, like the kind of similar to the one we saw in Herot,
Okay.
and it connects to a series of other doors, which all have the names of my companions on them.
Okay. You appear in the door. You're in a great hallway.
I'm holding the clipboard with the quill.
And you step out into the hall.
Okay.
Cutting back. Willoughby. Finally, the final test. For you, it's an imagination test to create something beautiful that might be a centerpiece in a city square.
Oh boy. Okay. Willoughby's gonna try. All right. So Willoughby's going to try to make a fountain, but piss is on the brain. So that fountain's gonna be full of piss right now. 'Cause he's still thinking about it.
It's got a little statue with a little pissing Willoughby.
It's gonna be some kind of tint that ain't water. He rolls a 7. Interpret that in whatever direction you want.
Amazing.
You are correct. Your fountain does shoot piss. The problem is, it doesn't function as a fountain and becomes more like a water spray. And you just see as it fires around the room and squirts you, the interviewer, the table, and then just goes off into the void. Yes. Just writes that down. Could you dismiss?
Sir,
could I
please get rid of the
dismiss
pee
it?
fountain.
How small is it? I mean, it sounds like it's just something that I could just pick up.
Yeah, you could just pick it up. It's tiny. It's centerpiece in a tiny city.
He'll just put it behind the desk.
You think? Lena,
Yes.
please could you create something entertaining? Some sort of attraction people might walk past in the city.
All right. I'll think for a minute. And then I'm going to try to create something from the village that I used to live in. And it will be... It's going to be... a little kind of old man sitting on a stool.
Okay.
And then He's got like brightly colored clothes on. He looks very kind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And next to him will be a small little, not monkey, but a Midgardian, whatever we could think of, right? Like, dressed up in a similar outfit to him.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like hopping up and down with his hat in his hand, like doing little tricks.
Okay. Go ahead and
Am
roll
I
your
rolling?
wisdom or charisma check, whichever you prefer.
All right, we'll try charisma because she is not good at the wisdom. Only an 11.
Only 11. It appears, and it's crooked, and you can see that it's not very colorful, but it still has a reminiscent of what you were going for. You realize you're missing detail. There's that frustrating thing when you're in a dream, and you realize you're trying to picture something, but you can't fully get it. But it looks roughly the same. It's almost like the face is a bit blurry. Huh? Okay. Write that down. Eldred, you're alone in your room. There's a door.
I'm going to go... Well, first I'm just going to open the door and see if there's anything. Naturally.
Where did you hope the door would lead?
I hope it leads to Lena.
You would see the door does lead to Lena. It's Lena, stationary, in a room. Very similar to the one you're in, but no table, just standing there staring forward. With your previous
Like
roll, you realize,
Commodores?
yeah, just seems stationary. Standing, staring, stay forward.
I'm gonna telepathically... Lena, are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I tried to make an old man and a little thing, and it looked a little drab. The face was a little melty. It's kind of off. Why? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Did they make you make something?
I found a version of you, but you're not moving. You're stuck.
I'm
Maybe
gonna,
it's just a dummy.
I'm gonna move my arms. I'm moving right now. Like, hold on. I'm going to put my arms over my head. You don't see? I'm not. What am I doing?
Nothing, just standing there staring.
About what am I doing now? Am I making like a weird face
You're
or
not
something?
doing anything.
I'm looking at the interviewer as I'm doing that. Does he say anything?
Imagining things.
Hey! I say to the interviewer. My friend says she could see me right now, but I'm just standing still, not doing anything. What's that about?
Your friend.
Yeah.
How do you hear your friend?
I have friends. Don't you have friends? How do you hear your friends? Wait, do you
see
not
them
have
cross-
friends?
You see them cross a box.
Can you not have friends here? Did you have to interview your friends to give them jobs?
Raven. Please could you create something scary that might live in the Badland outskirts beyond a city?
Draven imagines a massive lupine-like creature with a long, toothy maw and slender, spindly limbs, red eyes, almost like onyx black fur, just staring.
Go ahead and do a wisdom or charisma check.
All right. It's a regular check, not a skill check.
Just a straight check. The DCs are adjusted to account for this.
7.
Welcome.
You
Welcome.
picture it in your mind. You've got this whole great description for it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're imagining it big, but then you didn't really set anything to scale it against. So in the room, it looks scary, but it's only about this big. And you realize it's quite adorable when you look down and you're like, scaling was off. Yes.
Damn.
And then you see it disappears. All right. Juno,
Scary.
you're in the hall that you created.
I would like to go up to, if I can, go up to the doors with all of the names of my companions on it and try to open it with the intent that it would lead to wherever they are.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a... Who are you going towards right now? Which one?
I'll do Draven first. I think Draven would be the first one I go to.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wisdom or charisma. I'm going to start calling just dream rolls.
13.
13. You open it up.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Draven sat there.
Mm-hmm.
Draven, you'd see as Juno stands in the doorway. But behind you, Juno, roll a perception check.
Perception. 12. Oh, no, that's still an ability check. No.
You see through the wall behind you, a great hand just appears. And instead of nails, it's a series of just kind of the upper torso of people with arms flailing. You hear the screams of them as the door closes. You're in the room with Draven now.
But I saw that, or Draven saw
You
that?
saw that in the hall behind you, crashing through your hall.
Crashing through the hall.
But the door shuts.
The door shuts.
Did you say?
Mm-hmm.
I look at Draven. That's not good. I don't know what that was.
You see the
What are you
interview looks at
doing?
both of you. You escaped the orientation program, didn't you?
What are you talking about? I'm an interviewer. I did. I wanted his job. I got his job. So
You see it kind of shake. Ah,
I'm here to check in on the interview, and I'll just sort of nod at Draven like,
yes, the interview has gone well. It is time for
Good.
job assignment. And for you, Draven, you would be pleased to know you've been assigned the job as Fenrir.
I look at Draven like, are you happy with that? Like, I give him a look of like, like,
My job is what?
You are to impersonate Fenrir in a lesser form. We have found you satisfactory to the city's well-being and the future of it. And we needed a Fenrir.
All right, sure, let's do it.
Wonderful. Just waiting for the other orientation processes to end. Coming back towards yours, Willoughby.
Good luck with that.
Ah. Your processing is over, and your job has been ready to be assigned. You will, as due to your past experience,
Sprinkler's still going.
what's that, sorry? The
The
fountain.
fountain's still going the whole time.
You'll be tending to Ragdrasil.
Please no.
Oh, buddy.
Anything else?
buddy, I would try. Oh man.
I got like so much experience making maps. I can do anything else. Just let me do something else.
Sorry. The job assignment works.
Can I pass on that? Can I put it like a request?
Ah. What request would you like? Creativity can be taken into account.
Like a request? I don't know, something in my actual job description that I have actual training in, that I went to a fucking college for, that I have decades of actual experience in, that we established, instead of babysitting a fucking tree.
Ah, we do have a position in the menagerie to speak with the animals there.
To talk to the animals.
Yes.
The menagerie. Wilby's gonna try to kill this guy.
Okay. What would you
He's
like
gonna try to kill him. I want to do a wisdom roll to explode him.
Okay, sure. Go for it.
That's an 18.
Nice.
You don't have any other... You just see Mixant. And just... How would you appear... What would Willoughby's expectation of an explosion be from this body? Like, what do you imagine coming out?
I think
despite how much he fucking hates his tree shit, it would be just subconsciously some horrible tree shit. Like someone ate a tree and was like, this won't grow into a fucking tree. And then it grew into a tree and just exploded them into a tree.
Okay, you just see them explode into a tree. Leaving you
I can't go
stationary in that
back.
room.
Well, he's gonna try to make a door and leave.
Okay, go ahead and make a wisdom check. Or dream check.
Another 18.
What do you imagine's on the other side?
I think Willoughby's gonna try to... I think he's going to imagine the hall that he heard Eldred talking about. I don't think he'd be like, oh, I can just teleport to someone else. I think he would go straight to like a hall. I think he would just think, I'm going to a great hall. Everyone else heard that. He would just assume everyone else is going to go to that great hall.
Okay. An 18 puts you in a great hall.
See you guys in the hall. He's gonna say in telepathic speak.
I say to Eldred, Willoughby's going to the hall.
The hall?
I think we're, the one you were talking about.
Ah, Lena.
Oh.
Job assignment.
Yes. Job assignment.
You'll be working in the lower city. Can you roll a d8 for me? As yours is unfounded.
Sure. A 5.
You'll be in the Dole part of the city.
In the what?
Yes, you will be given. You'll be playing a citizen, Citizen 46, and if you would like to choose a catchphrase, you'll be having to say it 46 times a day. No.
No, I don't. I'm not going to do
down.
that.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm absolutely not. No, that's not the catchphrase. I'm not going to be a citizen in the
Catchphrase
lower.
is 25 words
No.
or less.
I'm not
I'm not.
accepting this job position.
Mm.
This
Write that
is
down.
not part
And
of
he
the
closes it.
catchphrase.
Very good.
I am not doing this.
Mm.
I was told I could enter the dream and I could find some peace for myself for a little while. I'm very sad because I lost my daughter and my husband, and I wanted some time
Yes, all of that is in
to
these.
myself. And I am not going to go to a lower city and say a fucking phrase 46 times. So what else do you have on offer? Let's hear it.
Well, depends if you want to. I mean, your answers were not satisfactory to put you into the upper city. So,
Your questions were not satisfactory. How about we start there? What are you looking for? I'll tell you what I can do, and I'll see if I want any of those jobs. How about that?
in the lower city or upper city,
In the upper city.
we have
Don't be
a
ridiculous.
grand creator of statues, a grand painter of mules, a military designer, marketplace wondermaker, Ragdrasil tender, unique building architect, understudy to Gazmil, grand stage actor, pet designer, fool of the upper city, innkeeper variant of Ragnar's Rest, or god of choice.
What's the god of choice?
Well, it depends on which god you'd wish to be, but I do not believe there's a god of misery.
Are you saying that I'm miserable? Is that what you're trying to
I'm
say?
not saying that, the test did.
The test is saying that. That's interesting, really, because you asked me what god I am most like. And I would
Yes.
say, yes, what did I
Loki
say?
did
What
not
did I
come
answer?
up in our... We expected a bit more trickery for that, so...
Really? I'm going to look like Loki.
Okay. Using a dream check, or...?
No.
Huh.
Then I'm going to immediately look like the interviewer.
Huh.
This music.
Then I'm immediately going to look like my friend Draven.
Another in the Oriented...
And then Eldred.
Ah, she escaped. She will be put into the Doubtlands.
And then I'm going to look last.
But do the what?
Doubtlands.
Last I'm going to look like my daughter.
Ah, shape changing.
And then I will look like myself.
Ooh, very creative.
Yes. Upper city, I think. God of some sort.
All right. Loki, we can put you down as a temporary stand-in, in an intern position. We do
expect you to be a bit more jovial.
I expect that the situation will be a bit more jovial, and then I will fit that just fine.
All right, this will be a temporary position. And if you fail it, you will be put
Fantastic.
down to the Dole City. All right, well, orientation is over. We can now deliver you to the city itself.
You'd hear the same thing in your one, Draven, alongside Juno next to you. Will it be Eldred? You don't. Will it be you're in the hall? Eldred, you're still staring at the blank.
I think your fake imagination of Lena, not real Lena, going to turn around back to the same door and say, okay, door, let's go to the hall.
Okay, give me a wisdom check.
12.
Be enough to get you into the hall where Willoughby is standing.
Willoughby, are you real?
I don't know. Are you real?
Oh, you could move. That's better than Lena was.
What happened to Lena?
It was just like a dummy, I think. It's just a picture, basically.
Right.
Wasn't moving.
I killed my interviewer.
Oh,
I blew him up.
I mean, violently.
Turned him into a tree, but not really because the tree grew from the inside. I got a lot of stuff to unpack in my head, I think, after this. This interview made me really sad.
Yeah, I just cut mine off. Just got rid of him.
Like, I don't think I should have been allowed to come into the dream because of how that interview went. I feel like the level of violence I brought to it sort of implies that the psychological evaluation is inept and should be looked at later on down the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we knew that because of Ragnar.
Where the hell is he?
I don't
I said
know.
Hall. I thought he'd be here.
Lena told me that you were coming here, so I figured she would be here too.
What a perception
You
check.
don't
both
think
of you.
they decided to do that? What was that? Perception check?
Yes, please.
22.
You can hear all manner of sounds from outside the hall. Screeches, shouts, laughter. All of it nonsensical.
You hear that too, right?
Yeah, should we just wait here, see if Lena shows up? Because
Yeah, where are you
Jeez.
guys? Willoughby's just gonna say in.
They were going to give me a job in the lower city. I told him not a chance. Now I'm
They tried
interim
to-
god in the upper city.
They tried to
Interrupting
give
you.
me the same job again.
What?
Saying to you, Draven, and Lena, do you know you're kind of just on the side here without one?
I'm observing.
Yeah. You see, he goes, right. Job orientation is complete. However, you will not be needing to attend your job for 2 free days. This is considered
Fantastic.
the opening weekend for your experience here in our city. We will now transport you to the main gate to walk across the great bridge itself and enter into the greatest city ever created. You have 2 days to spend your time enjoying the sights, experiencing what our great one, he, has created.
That sounds awesome. Can I go anywhere I want?
Everywhere except for Raghala.
Raghala, I can't go to. Who created this? It sounds pretty great.
He,
Raghala.
He created it. Does he have a name? Can I meet him? Is he real?
if he permits it, but we do not know. We are
If
simply
he
designed for
does
this.
he permit it? Has he permitted it before?
We don't know. All we do is interview anyone who comes in. That is our design. That is how we were dreamed.
Huh. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Are you prepared for your introduction to the city?
I think it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm going to think exactly what I just said to them. I'm going to the city.
Okay.
I said it's going to be great.
Will it be an
what
Eldred?
city?
He said I can't go to Raghala. I could go everywhere else.
Raghala?
Yeah, that's what he said. He's still
The
looking at
name
me. I
of
don't
the
want.
fucking
Don't make me laugh right now. He's still
fort is-
standing here.
Raghala.
Don't make me laugh. I said.
Where
He's
is
still-
this
he's
sad
right
sack of shit, anyways? Are we in Raghala?
You just
Willoughby
hear
is just
sparing
pissed. This
sounds
is-
outside. You suddenly hear like the sound almost like a slinky, and then you hear like chopping sounds, and then like bats, but then it becomes like the laughter of children flying past the hall.
What's going on?
I do not want to go out there. I think we check what's going on in here. Instead,
Hey,
right?
I say to the interviewer.
Yes.
Do you know what I would really love when I get to the city is like, is there like a big meeting place or something? Like, I'm thinking it would be cool if it was a big hall and I could like meet people and have like a nice meal. Like, where would I go to make that happen?
There's a few places currently designed. Yes. Ragnar's Rest
okay,
in the main
great.
city, or in the lower portion, you can go to the Upside Down Tavern. That one is very popular.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna say telepathically, does it sound like you're in either of these places? Ragnar's Rest or the Upside Down Tavern? Are there other people there?
I hear screaming and demons outside of this door.
And
How
the
safe is
slinky.
this city? Like, what if I walk around for 2 days? Can I get like murdered by demons? Like, are there like?
Oh, as long as you're within the
Dangerous?
walls, you are absolutely safe.
Oh,
Just don't venture into the Doubtlands.
the Doubtlands?
Oh, yes. That is the
What
lands
is that
for any of
like?
the discarded dreams and the problems of he.
Oh, he the like ruler of ever. So you go to the Doubtlands if you get in trouble. Can you get out of the Doubtlands? Like if you do better or something?
I just ask questions.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to stress you out.
You could ask around the city once you get inside.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
All right.
I'll telepathically just be like, "Are you in the fucking Doubtlands? Did you guys
Are
get
we
in
in
trouble?"
fucking Doubtlands? Did he Doubtland us?
Up against a window, you just
don't
see
know
this
what that
massive
means.
eye,
Oh God!
and the pupil is made of hundreds of tiny little mouths, and they're just
Nope.
gnashing.
I don't like that.
Oh, I
No.
love my
He's
mouse.
gonna turn around and start walking the other direction
Nope.
and look through the hall.
Yeah, just backwards towards him.
Oh, fuck.
Let's make another door.
Where would you like to make the door to?
Can
Door
I
to-
help
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
this?
You can
Let's
do a
make a
com-
door
I would say you could do a
to the
combined dream to do an
city
advantage.
where Lena is going.
Go
Okay.
to one of the taverns.
Oh, yeah, let's go to Ragnar's Rest.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your wisdom check. If Willoughby is helping you try and design the entrance into Ragnar's Rest, you have advantage.
I am.
21.
A door appears, and you just see those teeth start gnawing through the glass
Fuck.
as the door
That's awesome.
opens next to you.
Go.
You shut it, and you find yourselves in a comfortable tavern. This tavern is the tavern of taverns. It has been designed to have, see great swordfishes or monster heads all across the walls. You see, carved out of wood in the center, a familiar sight. A bearded man with bald head. Similar features to Ragnar, but broad. Powerful chest. Filled with hair. Beside him, a lion's mane lying down by his feet. It is totally nude, and
Okay.
it is questionably long. It stands there,
That's
looking
not
mighty,
healthy.
right in the center of this tavern.
Oh, he looks mighty.
To the rest of you, a grand gate opens. For you, Draven, and Juno, if you so wish to follow.
Yeah, I'll follow. Yeah, I'm just acting like
And
I'm
Lena.
sort of observing and taking
Do
notes.
we see each other yet?
If you walk towards the gate, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd start seeing like these pathways seemingly intertwining. As a great double gate opens. And ahead of you, in the distance, around you can see the Doubtlands. Dark, random, chaotic. But you're stood on this massive plateau with a wall overlooking around it. And a great gap leads towards this massive city with walls 200 feet high. The walls themselves are made of diamond, gold. Massive and majestic, with great towers of defense on them. You can see the tiered city, the lower city in the lower portion with various buildings, all chaotic and random themselves, but beautiful. And then an upper portion. And in the far distance, a great hall with 3 massive titanous creatures wandering. These 3 giants wander and guard the great hall. But you don't know how you're going to get to the city. The interviewer breathes out, and from his icy breath, a great frost bridge that glimmers going towards the city. And as it forms, it shatters, and a golden bridge appears, beautiful with carvings of unicorns and dragons all along the side, leading towards the main gate. And above the gate itself, it says, "Welcome to Azragnar."
Fucker.
Oh boy.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Welcome to the
made me
Dreamland.
Dude.
Lena rolls her eyes so hard she falls backwards.
Was that as Ragnard?
Azragnar.
As
Yeah.
Ragnar.
That was so bad.
This guy's terrible. Like, just no
I
imagination.
know we thought that maybe we could take this guy alive. I think we
I
have to
just
fucking kill him.
Figured it out. We have to create Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Oh,
We
God.
have to
Kidding me.
destroy his world.
Hey, guy, we have an
I got an
idea for
idea.
a party.
I got an idea for
your
destroying this fucking thing.
city.
Well, we've got Fenrir on our side, so yeah, kicking off Ragnarok shouldn't be too hard. Fenrir, get on it. Eat that moon. Start eating.
That is why I said it, but like, how is it that Draven's the only one that went through the fucking interview process? That's an actual interview process.
I went through the interview process. I just
You
didn't like
know
my
you don't
results.
count, and you know why.
fucking
Don't
thing that he would lose it if they put him in again. Dude, I had to fucking kill him. I had to.
I
didn't
cannot
have a
believe
choice.
Draven's like, what if we just kill him? No, let's see it through. All right, fine. You're through since they said to. Let me just not cause problems at the beginning of this thing because no one else will. Everyone else, I'm the interviewer. I'm gone. You turn into a tree.
I'm
Oh,
not
no, I
causing
cried too
problems.
deep.
I
Yeah,
just wanted
you-
a better job.
You, for kind of transparency's sake, Draven, you are going to be huge in size, and you are bipedal, but you are, for all intents and purposes, a wolf.
Fucking scary. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, dude.
It's literally Fenrir.
Yeah, you get to be a very big wolf. Not quite the size of Fenrir, but you'll see this place is a little bit different in the way things work.
Yeah.
And for you, Lena, you would also probably be wearing like these long, kind of beautiful,
An
intricate
alligator.
robes. But yes, welcome to
Got a
Azragnar.
tie.
Yeah, and Juno, you're wearing the interviewer's
Juno's
very
just like,
plain
everyone
outfit.
looks so pretty.
And
It's fine.
potentially, Juno, because this interviewer... No, I was going to force upon you the tiny little cartoonish eyes, but they might be too horrifying. I imagine you've probably kept yourself...
Coraline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because I rolled quite high, I kept
Yeah,
my
you-
look, but I have
yeah,
the
exactly.
outfit of the interviewer and the little clipboard and stuff like that.
Exactly. But yes,
Hiding in plain sight.
welcome to the Dreamlands, where you can face off against Ragnar. Thanks, everyone, for playing, as per usual. Let's go ahead and do our shout-outs as we finish tonight's episode. And we'll play again next week with episode 17. Let's start off with Gabe. Go ahead and shout yourself out, Gabe.
Yeah, hi, Gabe Hicks, Gabe James Games across all platforms. I have an upcoming Kickstarter coming up soon. You can find that on my Twitter. We just hit 1,000 followers on it, which is very exciting, which means I'm going to share some of the art that is related to it. Is a Session Zero system for storytelling stuff. I'm very excited. Other than that, pretty laid back on projects. I have been taking it easy so I don't hit burnout because that's important.
It's very important.
That's all for me.
All right, check him out. Brizzy.
Busy voices, internet.
You know where to find Brizzy. Twitch.tv/BrizzyVoices. Tomato. Twitch.tv/Tomato.
Just shakes his head.
It's going to become less every week. You know where to find Tamai. Plays all the curse games. OG.
Hello, I'm OLG. I'd like to give a shout out to all the Ragnars out there. I'm sorry that we made fun of all of you.
Yeah.
You're all great. You're all individuals. You're all special snowflakes, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
So good.
Twitch.tv/OldLadyGamer. And finally, Mark Humes.
Hello, you can find me. I do a thing called High Rollers D&D. It's another D&D show on Twitch with a bunch. We're all in the UK. We're all British. And we play on Sundays just before Godforged. On Sundays, it's at 5 p.m. UK time, which is about 9 a.m. Pacific. So you watch your High Rollers, and then you go over to Joe's channel, and you watch Godforged, and you have a lovely D&D-filled Sunday. And we're back to playing live. We've been doing a couple of weeks of pre-recorded and stuff like that, just while we caught up on things. But we're back to live this Sunday, and we're kicking off a brand new arc to kind of slowly start wrapping up our 4-year-long campaign.
That's so good.
We're in like the last couple of bits, so in the next couple of months we're going to be wrapping it all up and finishing it all off. So it's very high level, very exciting. They're all level 18 now, I think. So if you want to get in and see some cool epic level D&D, you can come join that. That's awesome. Everywhere else on the internet, Sherlock Humes, there's an underscore either in the middle or at the end is where you can find me on Twitter and Twitch and all that kind of good stuff. Thanks very much. Thanks, Joe.
Awesome. Finally, you can find me on this channel. If you want to go and post any fan art, talk about theories about the world, or just discuss the episodes in general, you can find we have a Discord for this show and all other shows. And also there's a Patreon if you want to see all behind the scenes stuff like character statistics and monster statistics and session notes and whatnot. You can see all of the hypotheticals and stuff I've written down here and all the questions and whatnot. God. But thank you everyone for playing. I appreciate it. We will be back next week with episode 17 as we journey deeper into the Dreamlands. We'll see you then. Thanks everyone for playing. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.